Hey, folks, Quilly Teen here, and welcome to our Saturday live stream. And this week, it feels like we're back, baby. We got Kerbal Space Program, we got Civ, and we've got the greatest game ever made, Dwarf Fortress. It has been a little while since we have played, but it's never left our hearts, has it? Oh my god! What a great, glorious freaking game we've got going on here. We're doing a fresh start. We're doing world creation on stream and everything. Sometimes I pre-create the world to try to find a good spot, but no, we're doing everything live. Wrong hat. Oh, you're right. What am I thinking? How dare I? How dare I? Yes! There we go. Now we're ready. We got the amazing Diggy Diggy Hole song to lead us into this by Yogscast. They made it for Minecraft, but which of course fits perfectly well there, but I feel it fits doubly well with the good old DF. And yes, the Windrose cover is excellent, although I really prefer the original. There's something so gleeful, I think, about the way that the Yogs people sing it. Can we get pitch blend mugs? Well, maybe. We're certainly going to go, of course, for stone mugs. What to aim for? Perhaps a big tavern. That's not a big tavern. That's not a bad idea at all. We will see. We will see. The dwarves should be getting auto-named based on the Twitch subscriber list, because that's the easiest thing to integrate. Although, assuming I've done it right, the very first dwarf in our colony should get auto-nicknamed Quilly Teen, which I don't normally put myself in here, but we might keep a special eye on this one dwarf and the tales of what happens to this one person. We shall see. Cool Man, thank you very much for another super like over on YebTub. Yeah, we're going to see if we can get some, maybe Cool Man Fight us requested some sewer brew, which requires that we grow ratweed, which is a surface crop, so that'd change things a little bit just by itself. Fingers crossed I'm a dwarf with a cool death, says Brennan. Also, we got some gift subs from A.G. Merrick. Sent 5 gift subs to the channel. Thank you very much for that. We got another 30 seconds left for the next level of Hype Train. We're going to create a new world. I tend to prefer smaller worlds. Sometimes they do create a little bit faster, and sometimes it leads to things being more personal. But I'm thinking about leaving things on the default. Maybe we could bring the minerals down just a scooch so we don't have infinite amounts of everything and make it a little more exciting to find things. So yeah, I might do this. Excuse me. We could shrink the history length. Shrinking the history length is interesting because it should mean, the shorter history means certain game elements that be available. It says it should mean more Forgotten Beasts because fewer of them have been killed, but fewer vampires and werewolves because they haven't spread the same way. Now, I don't mind vampires. They're actually quite fun. The were creatures kind of are a pain in the butt sometimes. Although 100 years, I think, is still a shorter history than the old pre-stream Dwarf Fortress. I think the old default used to be 250. So maybe we'll just go ahead and leave that here. Of course, we can go in detailed mode to make some more tweaks, force an island, do different things like that. I think this is okay. We'll go and cut down the minerals ever so slightly. Create world. How's the screen alignment? Yeah, that seems okay. I could put it up, put it down. I don't know. I think we're okay over here. And I can't remember if we tend to move our face cam for this one. We'll find out once we're in the game. Excuse me. Dragons and other mega beasts will be smaller, easier to defend against as well. Wait. Are you saying if it's a shorter history, the mega beasts are smaller? I didn't realize. Did they grow over time? Huh. Unless I misinterpreted the way you're saying it. Vampire dwarves with were-badger pets. Okay. Honestly, it's pretty good looking. What is it? The Planet of Hurricanes. Well, I don't know about that name. I really like this mountain home over here. Big singular mountain on this continent where all the dwarves are. So we could be like just tasked to maybe there's nothing really around here. What is this? Mysterious Palace. What's a mysterious palace? Oh, you're right. The map does look a little like North America. Huh. Got the Hudson Bay over here. Kind of a Florida-ish. Kind of a Mexico-ish. Mysterious Palace. It's a mystery. But we've got another sort of mountain over here with no dwarfy places around it. We got a dark goblin fortress. Yeah, there's plenty of goblins. Maybe we're tasked to go and build a secondary mountain home over here. You know what? I like it. Let's keep this. Oh, you can't see the mouse pointer. Hang on. I go and click back in, there it is. Sometimes I have to click out and click back in. That may have been the issue there. What about if I do it now? Oh, then you can't see it. Okay, all right. So we'll try to keep a bit of an eye on that. But yeah, okay, so down over here, so yeah, Mysterious Fortress, kind of no dwarfy places. All right, let's play with this one. No, we haven't covered the theme of the fort yet. We're gonna kind of work it out live. I've been thinking for the last 3 days what the theme might be, and part of it is just we've been so long playing Dwarf Fortress that I don't know if we need to go out too much. I think we're gonna want to hyper specialize our dwarves. We might want to go and make very clean little sort of sub pods for our production areas and keep it sort of organized. Because a lot of times I build like a big workshop with like all my workshop buildings in kind of one place. I think I might want to break things up a little bit more. Maybe not as strictly in the same way as our 7 pillars run, which was excellent, but something kind of like that, perhaps. Some of these visuals, I think, are slightly different from last time we played, which is nice. We have a circus theme. Well, I'm sure that's inevitable. So, yeah. Okay, so we do have... Okay, we were only looking... the screen was centered over here, but there's a lot more to this world. What are these places? A bunch of dark goblin pits. And this is all sort of one continent, but there's definitely a split between the two. What are these? Are these elven sites? Yeah. You know what? I really like the idea of this. Now, what civilization is this one? I don't remember. There was a way to cycle through the existing civilizations with some of the hotkeys, but I don't remember where they are to get the list over here. Because we'd like to be probably from this civilization more explicitly. Anyway, let's find an embark location just to be able to see some things. Maybe we'll go with a slightly smaller area. No, I don't know. We might go and leave this. You know what? I don't need to find. What happens if we just start clicking? So this is a goblin fortress. Yeah. And then this is the mystery site. Yeah. The mysterious palace is right over here. Ooh. Always an interesting thing to decide, like rivers and stuff, which can do some performance issues, but sometimes can be very entertaining. Like if we looked over here, you know, we get a little bit of forest, maybe something like that. Okay, it's got a light aquifer. Oh, I could have created the world without an aquifer. A light one should be manageable, and I think, honestly... Oh, really? No, the mountainside has the aquifer completely. That's a little unexpected. This is all aquifer. Now, a light aquifer is not too hard to burst through and can lead to infinite water, which is potentially nice. Oh, no flux. Okay, you know what? We are going to have to do a search. Find embark location. So we're going to require that there's flux stone. Maybe I'll search for a place that doesn't have an aquifer first. And I would like somewhere that's got iron, because I like making steel. Everything else is kind of optional. It should find lots of locations. I'm a little surprised, but okay. Maybe down here. We still get this mountain, but maybe this area is the better place to do it. Find marshmallow seed. We can lay down some rocky roads. Boo! Cool, man. Yeah, if you become a dwarf, obviously you'll have to be our brewer, right? Because that's the way it's going to have to work. Okay, let's take a look at this area over here. So if we do that, honestly, hold on. Oh, I thought I'd still get to move some stuff. Because it's not quite the mountain. You know what? I might say yes, because I was going to say it might be okay to go a little bit back and forth. Okay, there's a few more people complaining about some audio issues, and I don't understand. None of the settings are changed. You're getting a buzz when I talk? Some people were saying that last time, too. Now, some people are saying it's fine, but different people have different hearing. Not hearing it either. Everything's completely normal. Good for you, good for you. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. No audio issues. Some people just have much more sensitive ears, but none of my audio settings have changed. My mic's not being blown out. Let me try one thing here. There's a little air purifier running in the other room, so I just went and stopped that. Maybe that's being picked up by some people. Maybe some people have problems with their earphones. That's always possible. It could always be some weird thing like Twitch has changed some sort of audio encoding setting, which is only affecting some people. Oh, refresh your browser page. Have had that sorted out client-side issues. Huh. Still a bit of a buzz. Weird, yeah, because it's dead quiet in here. I don't know. Well, I apologize to the people who are experiencing buzzing. But yeah, there hasn't been any change, so I'm really confused. Have you seen the rework of Net.attack? Oh no, I should check that out. All right, anyway. Let's prepare for the journey carefully. Now, on this screen, the dwarves won't have their nicknames. We could nickname them here, but I've got it set up to auto nickname once we go into the game. So that'll happen in there. So we could go and take a look at some of their traits to see what people might be best at doing. This person disdains harmony, disdains self-control. So they might not be a good person for being a social type leader. High stamina might make them good to be a miner. I don't know. We do know we need a couple of miners. Maybe I should have gone for one of the pre-made setups. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, let's go and do our settlement name. Book raced, fountain roofs, inked scrape, geared truss, shimmer lens, fair paddle, hailed seals. I mean, we can just pick, but granite charms. Oh, I like granite charms. Well, that's quite nice. Or was the change ever since I moved the mic to the other side? Like, I don't know. Is it near something that's causing? But that doesn't really make much sense to me. But Granite Mugs Inc. I wonder, can I do for the rear compound? Is there mug? We don't even know if we have granite here. No. They might have cup. Yeah, we could be granite cups. Maybe we'll do that. On our group name, the Craterous Gears, the Primitive Mirrors, the Chamber of Focus, the Trumpet of Copper, Scully Lens, the Match Silver, Figurine of Knighting, Citadel of Idols, the Wire of Glazes, the Cremated Anvil. Oh, I like that a lot. With cremated anvils. And our symbol could maybe be an anvil. Object? Our symbol is an anvil. I don't know if we can specify that it's flaming. I don't know. Let's just be, it's an image of an anvil. Yeah, I think that's fine. How do I get out of this screen? There we go. Right click to get out of that and then hit done. Okay. I'm going to do, and I hate to be obsessing over this, but the idea does bother me. Okay, now my sound quality is going to be completely different because I've turned off all my audio filters, which means you might even hear some background noise. Let me put the gating back in. Yeah, you can barely hear me. That doesn't surprise me because I don't have any of my compressors running. Yeah, you know what? Just let's stop messing with it. I'll do some audio recordings and listen to myself and see if I can track something down. Although there's a very good possibility I just won't be able to hear it for very much different reasons. Yeah. Okay, that's the last thing I'm going to do. I'm moving my power cable. Okay, so, we want a couple of people on mining duties, I think. Tough, not creative, quick to despair, slow to anger. I don't know. Maybe I should have. Is it too late to go back to load a preset? You know what? We'll just find the location again. Because actually, I didn't even want to locate, to lock into here. The Plains of Hurricanes. Yeah, and then the civilization picking. Okay. Try this again. So, we're going to go back to over here. Where? Yeah. Was it tab? Embark? How do I get the list that I was looking for? There's no aquifer over here, and there's Fluxstone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to overlap slightly with the mountain, which is one to do. Or with the river? Maybe over here. We should get more than one biome. On the zoom out bottom left. Ah, choose origin. There we go. Thank you. No. No. Yes. Okay. The clasp of communions is the one that I wanted. There we go. And then come back down here and embark. We might get 3 different biomes over here, which is kind of nice to get a stone variety. So I think I'm going to do this. Yeah, there's an aquifer, but I think it's only the mountain part that has the aquifer. I don't think the forest part does. Okay. I'm going to load up this pre-made because then we can still change things. All right. Miner, planter. What other skills you got? Adequate, planter. Oh, you must have some of these sub-skills as well because we spent... Yeah, Judge of Intent. Okay, good. Okay, that's going to be really helpful to go and do. Let's consider the items. So, we've got our plump helmet spawn. This is how we're going to grow our primary mushrooms. Pigtail seeds, cave wheat seeds, sweet pod seeds. I don't know if we can start with ratweed seeds. For the requested sewer brew. Seeds. No, we can't. So we're going to have to sort of hope that we've got some on the surface, or we might be able to buy some from human or elven caravans, for example. The steel anvil is crazy because we can get the iron anvils for cheaper. So I'm going to bring 2 of those and then cancel the steel one. I don't think there's any reason to worry about it. Crossbow, battle axe, sure. Some copper bolts. Yeah, that's fine. Copper picks. Some beer. We have a bunch of points left. Oh, do we have any critters? Do we want to start with a couple of kitties? I think we should start with a couple of kitties. There's a search, but I think this search is only for this area here. Oh, animals is a sub-tab. Oh, there we go. 2 female dogs, 1 male dog, 2 female cats, 1 male cat. And then we're turkeys over there for our egg industry, which is always nice. We could just bring a bunch more booze. We could bring some wood or some basic stone. How about we bring some like coke with us or something like that? I wonder what's cheapest. Because yeah, we could bring... Oh, it does sort all of them. I kind of think I just want to go and fill up on a bunch of this. Can I hold shift for more? No. Control? No. Can I hold it? Nope. Well, that's annoying. How about a pet rhino? All right, there we go. So we're going to bring a bunch of that, which is going to greatly accelerate our setup. Okay, so let's go back to our fortress name. What was the fortress name? This was the Granite Cups. I guess the adjective version? How come it's not? Click. Oh, it went already. Okay. I was expecting something in the screen to change here, but okay. And then, cups. There we go. Lolo Kofid. DBX4, thank you very much for the gift subs. Done. Coastal Castle. You know what? Wait, really? Hold on. The fortress name, maybe it should be... The fortress should maybe be something castle. Yeah. As an adjective, the something castle. Armored castle. The big castle. The new castle. The castle. The Castle of Cups. Oh, I like that. The Castle of Cups. And the group name could be the Granite Cups. Oh, cup singular, apparently. Oh, wait, adjective. I don't like that it's singular. I would like to be the Granite Cups, or even the Cups of something. The Cup Bearers is interesting. Hang on. The Granite Beards. Oh, yeah, I guess I could just go compound. Where does that show up? No. See, it goes first. I like the Granite Beards. Castle of Cups, run by the Granite Beards. And maybe our symbol should just be a cup. I mean... Oh, that's right. It's not in here for whatever reason. That's under object, unless it's a shape? Probably not. That is disappointing. Well, who doesn't always love an axe? Oh, I clicked on something wrong. Giant axe blade. Oh, it still has the other one. Delete element? Oh, maybe goblet? Ah, goblet! You know what? A giant axe blade and a goblet. Done. We could change the name of our symbol. It's weird, like... You know what? I wonder if we can go to, like, the bladed cup. Because now it's like cup singular. Or sharp. Really? The dank cup. The Doom Cup. Oh, the Eternal Cup, Everlasting Cup. I like the Eternal Cup as the name of our symbol. The Legendary Cup. Is there bottomless? I don't think there was. No. Spicy Cup. I like the Eternal Cup. The Violent Cup. Nope, done. Okay. Problems? Oh, that's problem was the Embark. Which, no pond turtle. That was with our, like, the pre-generated one. That's okay. Okay, I think I like this. Let's embark. Actually, maybe I should do a little emergency save here. This is... Oh my god, backspace faster. September 2025. Just in case we have to redo it. Did it go? Okay. Yep, okay. Embark. I'm ready. It's not a video game if you don't spend too much time in character creation. Oh, axe is a noun, not an adjective. Yeah, maybe compound would have done it. Although it would have been compound the cup. It would have been axe the cup, which is no good. A dwarven outpost. You've arrived after a journey from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond. Your harsh trek... Ooh, it's frosty. Your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all of Dodok Rukin. There are almost no supplies left. With stout labor comes sustenance, whether by bolt, plow, or hook. Provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings, and the grizzly bears get hungry. A new chapter of Dwarven history begins here at this place. Rimtar Ophid, the Castle of Cups. Strike the earth! Is it auto-designated in the chop here? Or is there an axe sitting here? It might have been auto-designated by something. I don't think I've got auto-chop running. Well, maybe. Hang on. Let's take a quick look at the DF hack screen here just to... Okay, auto-chop was on, auto-butcher, auto-farm. We could turn some of these off for now and then re-implement them. You know, I'll turn off the tailoring. Some of these are totally fine. Clean owns good basic. Auto shear, auto nestblock, auto milk, that's fine. I'll turn off the auto farm for now, though we'll probably turn it back on. Auto chop, auto butcher. No, auto butcher is fine because that shouldn't do anything. And yeah, we'll probably go and turn a few of these on. The other thing I want for bug fixes is I want to make sure that protect nicks is running. Good, that's very important because then our nicknames get properly sent to the legends file for consistency. All right, let's not worry too much about that. Okay, in theory, our dwarves have now... No, I think my auto nick script is set to run monthly or something. These guys should all get a nickname in a second, although I could go and manually run it now. Oh, give it a tick to go and update. All right, let's take a look at our surroundings. That's there we go, zoom. So ooh, what is going on over here? Okay, a little hill. Wasn't I embarking with a little bit of a river? Did I click on not where I was expecting? I thought there was still a little bit of a river being captured in here. Oh! It's frozen, is what it is. Right? This meandering thing over here is probably it, right? It's probably just frozen. Ice wall. Yeah, we can't quite see it yet. Okay, so there's a river. It's just all frozen up. Where are we going to dig? Do we dig straight down on this one? I kind of feel like that is probably what I want to do. We could dig sideways into this, but it's kind of on the edge of the map. So I think I'm very tempted to just dig straight down from the middle and then build up over that. Although the hill is kind of cool because we could sort of bridge across to it and then dig down, but it's kind of an awkward corner. Although I guess we could sort of, okay, the idea could be, how would we arrange the bridge from here? Straight up to there? Or straight west to there? Either way is not bad, and that leads to the river, because what we could do is build sort of an entrance gate here into a bridge to here, then dig down, and then recenter ourselves at some point. Dig down, make a fort over the entrance is very tempting, and it's something we haven't really done that way so much. And I am kind of tempted to do that to start off with. Dig straight down in the middle, and then build sort of a multi-level fort around this entrance. I think that's appealing to me a little bit more. Grotto to the left. I mean, yeah, there's a couple little semi-choke points. Obviously, we'd have to go and get rid of some of these hills. I think I'd dig straight down. Digging straight down always results in disasters in any game. It's fine. It's fine. What could go wrong? Yeah, where's the river bend is a great question. Oh, we can just barely see over here. There's an area devoid of trees, which isn't obvious on the zoom in so much. But on the zoom out, I think it's here. Oh, yeah, brook. There it is. So it's a brook, not a river, which means our people can ford it. So it goes right in here. So if we went and built sort of right here, we'd be in the cusp of this brook. But again, this brook isn't actually a defensive structure because everything can wade through it. You know what? I think I want to build the fortress such that it overlaps the brook. So we have water sort of flowing in and out of our walls. Now, what's to stop something from jumping in and sort of swimming under the wall through the brook? Maybe we can put just a bunch of grating underneath it to stop something from just swimming in directly. I think I like cock the wagon and ford the river. We do actually need to play that again. Okay, I think I'm convinced myself that honestly this spot is fine. because I'll probably end up forting sort of around here, especially if we're going to do a surface farm for a ratweed. I think we're going to fort to here. So I think we're going to dig straight down right here. Does anyone remember how to dig? M for mining, right? I was hitting D for designation because that was the old one. Regular mining. We're going to do stairwells down. And click. I'll probably just end up doing the 3x3. And then, am I going up? Yep, I had my fingers in the wrong place. I don't think I'm at the river. If I go back up to the surface, and I mouse over. Yeah, the brook starts right here. Okay, this seems all right to me. Unpause. Is it not spacebar? Oh, there it is. Dig. How come you guys don't have nicknames yet? Oh. A little bit of tree chopping set. So what do we have here? Peat? Oh, what can we use peat for something? I don't remember. White sand? Oh, we could do a glass industry. And then over here, andesite. We got some citrine clusters. Andesite. Bull moose is fighting. Fighting hoopst. Oh, we're shooting the bull moose.
Pay attention, there's a new subscriber.
It's interesting. It says the bull moose is fighting. It doesn't actually in here in andesite. We're about 10 Z levels down. Ooh, cinnabar. I could go with a cinnabar. Cinnabar and a nice coffee. Glass gems, yeah. Okay, no, there we go. This is the bottom floor I dug to. Oh, we're into granite and galena. Galena is lead and silver, I think. This is a new little alert here. I mean, I might toggle that off because I think we do have it set to autosave every season, which is kind of fine. I don't know if I set up like an initial save, which normally I like because it's annoying when you set everything up and then you get a crash instantly. Okay. It's so important. How do we go about our design? Now, what we might want to do is treat this like rather than start what is going to be our real fortress over here, like assume we're going to do a defensive setup, which in this case, a defensive setup would probably be something like, we'll go to here, then dig out a tunnel. We could maybe set up drawbridges and traps and various defenses. And then we'll have our kind of a real staircase that leads deeper down over there. Because it would be nice to set up the bulk of our fort a little deeper, near maybe magma, maybe near underground caverns, different things like that. Although until we get to the caverns, farming is going to have to be near the surface. So if we do this and then plan on being like, okay, we're going to set up, we need to set up at least a little something temporary to start off with. All of it might get dug out later to be made into a huge stockpile, but I think something like that might make some sense. So let's go. Maybe we'll plan on putting a little door there just because it's nice. It doesn't really do anything, arguably slows some things down, but we could do something like this. We could even go into like, rather than build a big 3x3, I could go and make it feel small and compact by going with a little one tile wide thing. We don't have that many dwarves right now. Them bumping into each other wouldn't slow them down that much. Although we might still treat this as a bit of a main hallway to start, and then maybe we go in little snaky hallways afterwards. And we say that everything has to be west of this staircase for this starting base. And again, I could see this becoming like just being converted into a huge stockpile with, or maybe a little trade caravan. Although trade caravan, we're probably going to want to set up ramps at some point. We know those are sort of a pain in the butt to set up. So just the initial staircase is going to be fine. We'll probably put the trade depot on the surface, at least to start off with. And it might always stay on the surface because it's actually a perfectly fine and lovely place to do it. How do you feel about 2 dwarves with central pillar? Oh, you know what? That might be quite nice. Do this and then do, right, that's not it. It's X here. Well, that's a little annoying. Because this is the X hotkey, but when you're in mining mode, the X hotkey also does the remove things over here. It's been a while, and the problem is I still have a lot of the old hotkeys still ingrained. Do we set up a barracks? I wonder about setting up individual bedrooms instantly. Now, workshops are 3x3. And what I kind of want to do is have the workshops have their... This will be more important later when we set up our actual production queues. Because as I say, it'd be nice to have each workshop have its own proper designated storage. We've done it before and it looks so nice when we do it. What if we set up something like this as sort of generic-y kind of stockpile and then flank it with a few spots for workshops? I don't think we don't have to worry about workshops blocking doorways anymore, right? That hasn't been true since the Steam version. I mean, that's only room for 6 workshops, but we can do another block that's exactly the same over here. I might not get it like connected to dig out yet. All right, like that. And then I'm not going to go and connect that. And then on the opposite side, we'll set up an initial dining room and some bedrooms. So it doesn't have to be a very big dining room. Although I might go and round it off right away. That looks kind of nice. And I think I will do what we never do and get some bedrooms just to start off with. And let's do some little linear ones. We might not even bother with storage. I might just do like bed door. A very monk-like cells. Bed door, so we can have the hallway that goes here. Like that. So technically you can have individual bedrooms. So this will be 8. We've got 7 dwarves to start off with, so that's going to be clearly enough. I don't like the idea to do this as our starter base. Done. Easily reversible to tombs. That's true. I mean, we'll never need any tombs until the dwarves start dying of old age. Okay, should we leave like a set of pillars every few tiles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It actually just sort of conveniently works out here. That we could do something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, as a reference to the 7 pillars run, that could look kind of nice. Yeah, we're getting the aesthetics in here. Aesthetics. I mean, we could even do... I don't think I'm going to do this, but we could even do little pinch points from time to time. Which I don't hate. Oh, and actually, I can still do that. You know what? Why the call? Just for looks. And arguably give us a few more places to do things. These little choke points actually will slow down our movement. It'll save us a little bit of mining right now. I might go and dig some of these out. I'm not too worried about this. But yeah, we like there's no collapse problems. Like that's not something that's going to happen. No, yeah, we don't have a nest box zones. No ammunition. The hunter is fighting. Must withdraw. Did you kill the moose? I think the moose is dead. Cinnabar, citrine, galena, tetrahedrite. Tetrahedrite for copper? Oh, it's here. Right? Copper for tetrahedrite? I don't remember. And how do we set hotkeys? H. There we go. Starter base. You know, it's the starter base. It's totally temporary. It'll never be permanent. We're going to want to go and trash the wagon. We'll get 3 logs back out of it, I think. We do have to start moving things down. Oh, actually, I wonder if I should dig out... Can I grow crops in peat? I think so. I think so. If we keep our pattern going. Wait, I think I did something wrong. No, because that, and then the pillar goes there. Yeah. Keep using D for designate, which is the old key. And then I think multiples of 15 tend to be ideal if we're doing fertilizer, which won't be for a bit. But let's set up, and this is going to be a lot of farming, although I'll do probably a mix of Plump Helmet and some of the others. And then seed storage could just be in the hallway. Wait, oh, that's what I'm getting confused about. Like, that's not the pattern I used. That was the pattern I used. I'll do a little seed stockpile right there. Really doesn't need to be a lot of space. Maybe 3 by 3. Oh, and we might want, like, farmers' workshops and stuff in here. Could be that. Oh, digging into the brook. Oh, shite, that's right. Hold on. Thank you for the reminder of that. That would have been potentially dangerous. Although we would have gotten... Oh! Would we have gotten the wet wall warning if it's frozen? I don't know. Huh. Not while it's frozen. Yeah. Start the game, instantly flood our fortress. Huzzah! Fun ensues. Okay, admittedly, digging out the dining room area is not the most important. Although what I might do is, because we want to get our stuff off the surface before like random critters go and eat them, we could just go and make this a quickie little stockpile. Accept, and then just set it to all. Well, it's really all... oh, good. It's smart. All minus corpse minus refuse. Possibly minus stone as well, actually. We don't want you moving random rocks to here. Can we just flood the fortress though, just as a street? Well, one thing to plan, which doesn't have to be relevant here, but when we set up this, what if instead of the middle tile... Let me go back to the keys. Instead of this middle tile being part of the staircase, if we do this and then plan to have a waterfall flowing down the middle, it should mist these stairs and keep our dwarves very happy. Playing around with water has never led to any disasters in Dwarf Fortress, right? Just make sure there's plenty of room here. But again, that's going to be the dining room. The stockpile will be moved here, but this keeps more of our dwarves busy. Ooh, I think we already want to go, and with our miners... There you go. These guys, I want them to mine before hauling. Although it's possible they were just going to feed... No, see, they're storing stuff. Yeah. They'll finish their job, but then after that, they should go and strictly be on mining duties, which is going to be an important start. Water feature is part of the fun, that's just the cost. A little bit of flooding never hurt nobody. Well, nobody important, yeah. There we go. Diggy diggy hole. Yes. Something's not working with my auto nickname. They really should have gotten auto nicknamed at this point. Is there a verbose option? DF hack auto nick is there. One nickname per line. Let me double check. DF hack auto nick. DF hack auto nick. It's there. One username per line. Yes. Is it possible they spawned thinking they already had a nickname? There's no output happening. It feels like it's just running the help for it. Auto Nick all. Gave nicknames to 7 dwarves. There it is. Command auto nick, except it's auto nick all. And I thought I had this auto running as part of a script. Oh, but it isn't the month. So I bet you at the end of the month it would have run itself. There we are. Okay. And it is picking it randomly. I thought it was sequential. I was randomized the auto nick file because I thought it went sequentially. So I had put Quill 18 at the top. I could override, but you know what? We'll see. Quill 18 shows up, he shows up. We got Longstrider, Ziggity Zigzag. So those are 2 miners. We got Von Worstington, who is currently a carpenter, Rager, who's a mason, Bacon Eater, the hunter, Athos, the farmer, and Thrashing Dragon, also on plant duty, although mostly they just be drinking. Woo! All right. Surprise programming stream. It's based on subs, because what I have to do is I have to export. There's not an actual integrated bot thing. I have to export the list of subscribers, and which comes as a comma-separated file, which I then have to go and turn into just a plain text file, which is the one thing, which is easy, but then I have to save it in the right place. So it's a manual setup I have to do before the stream. So yeah, it's not based on viewers, it's based on subscribers. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's not based on the name in game queue over on Twitch either. I mean, you could go there, but we'll just end up refunding things. You never lose your points if you go and you put your name in the name in game queue, because eventually you'll get refunded. Okay. I guess we can start our first workshop, which is build. Is it W for workshops? O for workshops. Well, I'll probably just mouse it. And I think there's still the complaint where I'm like, the farming category has stuff that I wouldn't count as part of farming, because it's sort of farming / food. We should probably not F up and forget to put down our stills and stuff immediately. Although I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a carpenter down, because we're going to need to make some beds. And then we're going to set up a stoneworkers, which I was looking for mason, because that's what it used to be called, in there for some basic structures like doors and whatnot. Now let's go back up to our farming level. Okay. Mining this out is super fast. Okay, I don't want this warning. How do I customize this? Notification settings. Save reminder disabled. Thank you. So let's set up a stockpile here. Except, which is just going to be for seeds, which... Yeah, I have to go in manual. I think it's under food. Seeds. And then it gets barrels. I think that's okay. What is this stuff? Oh, right, tree roots. Oh, which if those trees get chopped down, might expose this to the surface, which isn't necessarily what we want. Then we go to building, workshops, farming, farm plot. There we go. And then we have to wait for it to be set up. Oh, I might want to break this into 2. Yeah, what the heck? Let's make a 3 wide and then building, farming, farm plot. And then someone has to go and establish that. Okay, what are other important early workshops? Well, let's go and build our still before we forget that. Butcher, tanner, we can wait for some of these things. Fishery, I mean, everything's frozen anyway. We don't need a kitchen right now because we can just eat the raw veg. Hatchery, we don't need to make more crossbows. Okay, crafts, so we can start getting our mug industry happening. Mechanics, metalsmith. That might be all we need to get started. Well, I might want to do Who Crafts Dwarf Workshop because I might want to have one dedicated to mugs right from the start. We don't have that many dwarves around, although theoretically it could work. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Let's go and get a second crafts shop because this one could be set up. I will probably want to do it through the order system, but what we can do is we can do bone bolts and we can do wooden bolts over here. And I kind of like that on a loop, or the other one. And this one could be set to just mugs, right? So we do rock mugs. And why do I do rock mugs? for our crafts. It's because that way we know for sure everything is one specific type. It makes it really easy to search for when we're setting up mass vending. And that is it. It's not like the mugs are superior to anything else, except they totally are because of our lore. But yeah, that is the only reason. All right, so I'm going to rebuild. I'm going to redo this. This is going to be... Oh, I forgot I have to lock that in. Too used to RimWorld where you just paint and then it's done. So again, with all... And then I'm going to exclude stone. There we go. And then we still have to trash this, but we can wait a tiny scooch. So rock mugs over there, and then over here. Now that's just going to make a single rock mug. Now I could put it a repeat here, but the problem with that is the second that it runs out of incoming of resources, it'll cancel it, right? We can put a repeat, make rock mugs forever, but then when it runs out of stone for some reason, it'll just stop the job. Which is kind of undesirable. I'm going to go and remove the exclusivity on these because they can do some other stuff at this point, which would be fine. Although I think I'll go ahead and designate the mining there so they can do it. But yeah, I'm fine with them doing other non-mining things. Instead, we're going to use the order screen to do some work. So we do need a manager. So we need our noble dwarves. So we need... Well, who's our chief medical dwarf? All right, Von Worthington has some diagnostician. Is it just being like auto-cropped? Because I think Dwarf Fortress does have this mechanic to like take a string and automatically try to shrink it by starting to drop some vowels and things like that. That's probably what's going on there. Because it's supposed to be, I'm sure there's supposed to be an A, but I'm wondering if it's being auto-compressed. And it looks weird because it's the only letter missing. Or it's a typo. Either way. So Von Worthington is going to be our chief medical dwarf. Our broker is going to be our person to trade. Now, anyone can go and trade, but we would like to go and stack the skills. And this auto searches and tries to set it in the proper order. So Thrashing Dragon seems to have the best skills for that. Good. Okay. A bookkeeper, Ziggity Zigzag, is an adequate record keeper. And, oh, you can see it and more evidence of it there, right? Record keeper. I think that's what's happening with the diagnostician. It just looks weird because it only dropped one letter. And then the manager over here, who is going to be Longstrider. Currently our expedition leader as well, because he's got a few social skills, but he's an adequate organizer. That's great. Now, they are looking for offices. Until we reach population 20, I think. You don't actually need an office, I think, for these guys. It should happen automatically to process work orders. And that's just the better way to do it, so, in my opinion. So we can do a work order here. And in particular, this Dwarf Craftsworks Workshop. I can't remember. Can we rename it? Yes. This is going to be the mug shop. Sounds like mug shot, which is funny. So we're not going to allow any general work orders. So if you queue up any work orders, it won't go here. This place here is going to have its own custom thing to make rock mugs. And that's all it's going to do. We're going to go here. Restart if complete, check daily. So every day it's going to try to make up to 10 stone mugs. Forever. That's what I want. Then this Craftsworks Workshop is going to accept just general orders, which we're going to start queuing up over here. I'm going to say something like... do I make a new one? Create new work order. So I want some wood bolts. Oh, it's wooden bolts, I think. Yeah. Wooden bolts. Bone bolts. And how do we use any shop is fine. Make up to 10, and we are going to add some conditions over here. If we've got more than 10 logs and we have fewer than 10 bolts, in fact, I think I'm going to want like more, let's say 50. Then try to do this. And then the bone bolts as well. Boom, boom. 50. So this is satisfied. We don't have any bones, so it won't queue this up, but that's okay. So we're going to try to keep a supply of at least 50 of these basic bolts kicking around. We could do some material checks. Right now we don't. We just check to see if there's 50 bolts or less, period. And then we try to make them out of wood or bone if possible. So those should get auto queued up over here. I think the manager, I don't think they need to go to a desk. I think it needs a tick to process it. But I might be wrong. We're going to find out. Oh, there we go. Wink wooden bolts. Perfect. And then over here, rock mugs. Perfect. Now, we don't have anyone specialized for any of these jobs yet. There's going to be a lot of sort of miscellaneous stuff, but that's going to have to be okay. Let's go and also put in a request. Let's get some beds and doors going on. So I'm going to do this as one time. There must be a hotkey for this. N? No. I'm sure I hit O then something. Certainly I used to. I don't know. Let's ask for beds. Oh, that's annoying that it doesn't. Go in hotkey, make beds. So we need 8 beds because we've got 8 bedrooms. Oh, and then I always use the wrong number here. And then I'm going to put in a job for rock doors. And this will be a repeating job. We're going to try to keep a few rock doors around all the time. Let's say we want to always have a couple of rock doors waiting for us. And I might ask for this to be done in bulk when I know there's going to be a whole bunch done. If we have fewer than 2, and we have at least 10 rocks kicking around, make 2. So if we have 1, it'll make... No, that's, again, the wrong one. So if we have 1, it'll make 2. We'll end up at 3, but that's okay. And this is a one-time job. This is a repeating job. That's good. I really like using that order manager. A lot more than constantly manually queuing up stuff in here. And then, so what I want to do is I want to build a door over here. Now, normally in Dwarf Fortress, if the door doesn't exist, you can't click to put it down yet. With DF Hack, we can use this planning mode, which means we can put things down even before they exist. And then the idea is just when the door job gets completed, there it goes, one door just got completed. This moved from the little clock, and it's going to get installed. Honestly, this should probably be in vanilla, but it's fine. And then we'll do the same thing with beds. Boom, 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 boom. And then I can't remember if we can designate these rooms right now. How do we designate rooms? Because that's zones. Oh, it is still just under zones. Because the zones and rooms used to be different. So if I do... Oh, we want multi. There it is. Okay, done. So these are 8 bedrooms. And then when the beds get made and are in here, and then dwarves want to sleep, they'll auto-claim one of the beds. That's built into the game. They'll auto-claim one of the beds. They'll have a bedroom. Not a very fancy one, but it'll be there. Yes, the manager is part of the game. This work orders management thing, 100% vanilla. And amazingly powerful. Amazingly powerful. I definitely don't use the manual queuing here at all. Without DF Hack, you still use the order system. It's insanely good. Yeah, the old sleeping closet. It's fine. It's fine. Couple of people are already sleeping, and some people are nicely busy. What is this? Remove the current worker from the task. Well, that's interesting. Just kicks you off the task completely? Suspend the task. I think the remove worker from the task is a one-time job. I don't think it changed their priorities. Von Worsington, Chief Medical Dwarf. Good memory. Recovers quickly, high stamina. Low willpower, clumsy. That's what we want. A clumsy surgeon. That's fine. Amazing memory, which is good, and good intuition. Large deficit of willpower. Dislikes abstract discussions, would very much focus on practical examples. Feels strong urges and seeks short-term rewards. Yeah, I also have impulse control problems. We're gonna go. We might do the comb thing. We might go like with the 3x1 bedrooms later. Because yeah, we're gonna want a chest and a cabinet in every bedroom. Or we might go with 2x2s, or maybe even luxurious 3x3 bedrooms. I don't know if we'll go that far. But here at least this is still gonna be better than barracks to get us started. And yeah, no mining is happening. It's interesting. I wonder how they choose the job priority. Because both these guys are on the mining job. And there's mining to be done over here. But they're doing other things first. I would have thought that if they're assigned to a task this way, they might prioritize those and then go to the secondary things. Of course, I can just toggle this to force someone to just focus purely on mining, which we're obviously going to want later. It might... I don't know. Does it still... I can't remember... I used the hotkey once already to bring up the job thing. Labor screen L? No. I don't remember the hotkey for the labor screen. Why? There you go. I used it once by instinct already this stream and then forgot what it was. Because the second I started thinking about it, I forgot. But there you go. When I kind of blanked my mind and let the muscle memory came in, I was like, right, it's why. So yeah, I can make this exclusive. And then like Haulers has got everyone does it. Yeah, I don't know. Because there's not a RimWorld style priority system for jobs here. Bottom right corner. Yeah, this is our carpenter's workshop over here, which is mostly where we do beds. Because beds have to be made out of wood in vanilla Dwarf Fortress and nothing else. How's the farming? Oh, okay. So these are here. We'll set up one for plump helmets. Oh, yes. And I want... Oh, yeah. In old school, it would have been Shift-Enter to lock this in for everything. But here, I think I have to go and do this. Plump helmets we can grow year-round. And then other things are... They change. I still might want more plump helmets, but I guess we could grow some sweet pods. We want to grow pigtail whenever we can for the cloth, and then plump helmets. You know what? I think I'll just do this. And you kind of want overlap, if at all possible, because sometimes something won't finish growing in one season. But if you change crops from season to season, then it gets chopped early. So we'll do this. So this second farm plot is going to grow plump helmets in spring and winter, and then in summer and autumn it'll grow pigtails, which is what we use for cloth. Oh, let's look. Yeah, look at this. Look at our little brook. How adorable. Oh, there's also some ratweed on the surface. You know what we should do? We should do one quickie job for plant gathering. Oops. And grab a bunch, because first of all, they can help us with a little food early on. And we can set up a little ratweed crop on the surface. Okay, we still have some things to bring down. Oh, we need to set up our crate jobs. There's nothing greater than a crate job. So we want, and we'll probably make them out of wood. Is it just wooden box? Crate? Bin, that's what it's called. Caught in the bin. And we want a lot of empty boxes. So what we want to do is set up a job for this, where if empty bins, not bins, but if empty bins, if we have fewer than 10 empty bins, and I like this, I'm going to go aggressive, then we're going to queue up 10 bins to go in there, which means we might go from 9 to 19, and that's okay. But yeah, definitely do that. We want to keep a lot of bins around, and we're going to do the same thing with barrels, and we'll do wooden barrels and exactly the same rule set. Well, for this, I might say something like 5. Oh, apparently we have at least 5 empty barrels because it's not going to run, and that's okay. But if they've got fewer than 5, then make 10 barrels. I think that's okay. In my recent fort, I've been swimming in food just via surface foraging. Surface foraging is something I used to always ignore. Yeah, I mean, I don't tend to like the dwarves running on the surface too much because it's risky, but yeah, especially in this biome, we've got lots of crops available on the surface. What is thrashing doing? Oh, they're fishing. Right, because what I wanted to do when I was looking at the surface is like, hey, how about maybe I should make a designated like water source and fishing area. Now, if you don't specify one, they will go anywhere. But let's say this, a water source. And then for fishing as well, which I think we can overlap. There you go. It'll encourage people to stay in these areas. Mostly it'll be when we set up the walls. I don't want them going to like a crazy separate area to do some things. Well, I should probably set up a bucket job as well. We don't really need them yet. But it can be really annoying if you don't have any. I'll do these maybe 2... Oh, God damn it. Every time. 2 buckets at a time. If empty buckets is less than 2. Make 2. Keep a few empty buckets kicking around. We can't do bags yet. We'll need more cloth stuff. But yeah, hopefully get that. It's interesting that they're not... We've got some empty spots here, but they're not bringing down the extra coke and stuff from the surface. But arguably they might be busy doing some useful things, so that's okay. Will we have a moat? Maybe. We'd have to... I don't think... Again, most things in Dwarf Fortress can swim, so ironically, like, an empty moat with no ramps tends to be safer. I mean, climbing is certainly a thing too, but maybe not that much. Look at all the blood kicking around here. Bacon Eater's doing some more hunting. Which, cool. Is coke considered a rock? No, I think it's a bar. You know, a bar. One of those four-legged hairy things that likes to sleep in the winter. I think that's what it is. You know what I wish? I kind of wish we had our RimWorld mod with the chat integration. So when, you know, if Von Worthington sent something in chat, it would show up in game here. I really like that. I am wondering about digging a little bit more. Well, everyone's busy. Okay, returning kill. Cool. Oh, let's set up our butcher table. If we're doing all this killing, oh boy, here I go killing again. Let's set up our little butchery, which I like to set up on the surface. Oh, and we could set up our refuse pile and different things like that. So right next to our little doorway here. First of all, let's chop down this tree. It'll kind of be in the way. Here, I'm going to designate a little bit more intentional chopping. Naming game, not the Twitch integration stealth, but if you are a subscriber, you are automatically in this list to be named. I don't have to do it manually. Like, it's fine to manually name like 7 dwarves, but when you get up to like 150 dwarves, like, I no longer want to name them. And sometimes what we do is we just name people who did something unique and interesting, but this way, it's just great because everyone gets a name right away. This is actually the one I want to cut first, but... Oh, yeah. Sorry, is there bamboo? I swear I saw... Oh, maybe I'm seeing something else. Anyway, so let's make a little wooden shack for our hunting processing. So we want to build construction walls out of wood. Just for now. Okay. Because it's on the surface, it's ready to go. 1, 2, 3. We'll leave that, and then... Another 3 internal. And here, and then we're going to cancel. Right, we need to leave some venting in here, because these can rot. So I'll do that. Door. This. Do I have to wait for the wall to go up before I can put down the door? Okay, I think that's the case. Although what I can do immediately is plan for a ramp right here. So we can climb this, go up onto the surface so that we can roof it. And then I guess I can go ahead and say immediately, I want a butcher's workshop there. And probably a tanner in the same place. You know what? Maybe what I need to do is I'm just going to expand this a little bit so we can have a little bit of a stockpile that is relevant to this job. Yeah, okay, I like that. Construction, wall. Kind of that much. And again, we'll leave a gap. Oh, I guess I can plan this because it's construction fortification. It's sort of a vented little roof area. Okay, and then we're going to do a stockpile. New one over here, which is going to be our refuse stockpile. There it is. A lot of times I do refuse plus corpses. I don't think there's any reason not to do that. Cut down that tree. We don't have anything special yet. We'll probably develop a theme organically as we go this time around. We're getting a season change. It's early summer. Huzzah! Pretty sure for Vernon that rock pots and barrels are the same. Yes, I think so. I think metal pot barrels are supposed to be more resistant. I don't know about that, but yeah. You can do rock pots, you can do wooden barrels. But I think they all work the same. Gathering plants. Oh! Athos and Thrashing Dragon are lovers! Ooh. Yeah, we might... So that might be actually sharing bedrooms, assuming those are... Yep, now constructed. Lovely. How do we... I guess if we go to, like, the zones, we can find out who's got what. Maybe it doesn't show us. Oh, we'd have to click here, wouldn't we? We'll just have to trust that people have their bedrooms. Plant seeds, drink. Yeah, so the construction should happen. Blocked by unmovable item. Why are more things being hauled down? Are these rats? Oh, hamster remains. Ah, our cats have been busy. I could set someone to be an exclusive hauler. We have bees over here. We could make some mead. Oh, perhaps what I should do is to get our sewer brew going. It's apparently a thing we're going to do. I will set up a 5x5 plot over here. And we'll have it grow ratweed. I may be doing the classic Quill thing of overqueuing things. I might want to put a limit on our mugs. I mean, it's going to be a high limit. There you go. If you get to 200 mugs, you can stop, because that'll be probably more than we can trade in a single go. Repaint, do that. There we go. Bring the garbage out here, please. Make wooden bins. Some extra doors. Okay, there we go. Walls are going up. Lovely. Who's the grumpiest dwarf? Can we sort by this? It's Bacon Eater is the grumpiest. Annoyed to dwell upon having a drink without using a goblet, mug, or cup. I mean, we've got some, but yeah, they're not being stored. Maybe we got to go and get this dining room happening. Okay, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove the stockpile. And I'm also going to force... Listen, Longstrider, you only do mining for now. I may have to toggle it when we're done here, but I want to dig this out and set up another catch-all stockpile. And again, we'll specialize these a little bit more. Or maybe I won't worry about specializing stockpiles until we go and build our more dedicated areas. I don't know, since... Okay, the 7 Pillars run, where we had everyone very much dedicated to just certain fields of expertise, I feel like we were doing that with the Dwarf Therapist, which was easier to manage some of these jobs. Although maybe we were working... Maybe we could do it in these games with some of these work details. It's possible, too. But I might still do some of those themed things on some of the floors. That's the fortification, which, again, should work as a window. And then now I should be able to place doors here and here. Require the fanciest of mugs. All of our mugs are going to be fancy. Top tier. Okay, the slope exists, so people should be able to come up over here, which means I should be able to go build construction floors. Just make them out of wood for now. And do this. So this will be considered indoors, but it'll still have an outside vent, so it'll clear some stuff. And then we'll make a stockpile. So over here... I'm going to do a stockpile for, like, not leather, because we want... like the hides? Fresh raw hides. Get put there. And I might want to remove them from here. This will be the closest. They should just bring it to there. And then, in a sense, like I was thinking, what I want over here is the... like the corpse stockpile. As long as they're fresh. But I don't think we've got a filter for that. Let's make this one the refuse pile for fresh raw hides. And then this one here instead becomes just a generic leather stockpile. So hides there, they get tanned, the leather gets stored there. And then what we could do is put in a job. Like if we get our leatherworks down there, we can have the leatherworks have a leather stockpile that takes from this one. So when we tan it, it just gets dumped there, but then someone will bring it from here downstairs to be closer. I don't mind that. How quickly do we want to wall the outside? I think we've got some time before we have to worry about that. Probably. And we might want to have a planter work full time, but I don't know. Sleeping, still some mining left to be done, so we'll get you to finish that. Remember the run when the baby got a mood and made a goblet sippy cup? Vaguely. Okay, so dining room here. Oh, let's set up a rock. Oh, God damn it. Rock table and rock throne. So chairs made out of stone are called thrones. We'll make them a pair at a time, and same thing. If we have fewer than 2 sitting around, and we've got at least 10 rocks, make some of those. If you've got... Actually, you know what? I might want to remove the restrictions, because I actually, like... I might just want to be told, hey, you don't have any of this stone, go and mine some random shit. But if we have fewer than 2 tables or 2 thrones, make at least a couple of them. So there'll always be some available. And let's go and make this room. Let's put a door in here, because that'll look nice. I don't think dwarves get slowed down. Here, I'm going to go and make that setup, and then chairs, sort of staring at each other from across the room. And then we can have our stockpile. Oh, I think this is the same stockpile, so I've got to accept this one. And then a separate stockpile. There. So this is going to be the dedicated... Right, they're both food. So, food, but I'm going to block all this and just say these are just the drinks. And then this one here is... Could be prepared meals. We're not making prepared meals right now. So maybe I'll just turn everything on, except the drinks, and then we'll reorganize things later. Fat paste. Some of these could be turned off. Let's not worry about it. We'll set both of those so they'll have some containers. And then I think what we want are some chests in here to hold mugs and things. So I'm going to put a pair of those in there. And then we want to designate this room as a dining hall. Done. Slaughtered a hen. Yeah, we do set some targets to keep. Okay. And before it's full of venom or poison, you know what? It's just a drinks roulette is what's going to happen over there. That's fine. Yeah, smoothing will start, but I'm worried about making our people too busy right now. Oh, see, okay, Longstrider's finished that mining. Do I want to go and start digging out the rest of this right now? No, we've got enough stone to keep some of our work. Well, I mean, we're going to need more. No, you know what? Screw it. Let's keep Longstrider busy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Right, and then what I'm going to do is blank, blank, blank. Like that. How does that sound? Oh, there's a fun symbol going on. Lake of Metals? Combo just started. Combo what? I don't understand Twitch. It's strange and scary. Okay, we might end up mining more of this later. Because this might just be a straight shot tunnel with some, like, again, some traps or a drawbridge. But for now, we may as well keep this pattern going. Ooh, this isn't in the right place then, for the pattern we've got. So I'm going to want to go and cancel those. Oh. Wait, did I not? Didn't actually lock it in. There it is. For Even Not Good. Lake of Metal and For Even Not Good are doing something with a combo. Is it bits? I don't understand what's happening, but thank you everyone who's participating to whatever the heck this is. I think every year I'm becoming more and more of like a Luddite, right? An anti-techie. What even in that? Emote bits things. I'm a boomer, yeah. Maybe a little, I don't know. AI is going to ruin the world, but in the meantime, we can use it to make funny pictures? I don't know. Oh yeah, we got room for more workshops. I don't know that we need any yet. Oh, we could do a farmer's work. Migrants have arrived! Okay, so population... We need to make a meeting area. At the dining hall. I don't know if we have to like double it up as a location or things. Like, are the migrants just sitting at the edge of the map? Okay, no, they're coming in. They're just... No, there's something. I thought the dining hall was enough. Maybe I have to make an explicit meeting area for them to show up. It used to be you could make one of the same. They're coming in. They're just being slow. Still new arrival mode. Yes, maybe I do want to make this a meeting area. Yeah, okay, they're definitely flowing in properly now. Oh my god, that's a lot of migrants. Okay, we just doubled our population to 14. Which might need more beds. I had a student wear Google smart glasses to a test the other day and found none of the things to ban. Yeah. Yeah, my pattern doesn't match right. So we will be digging out. You know what? I'm going to do it now. And the idea with this one isn't for it to be pretty. It's so that we can build some defenses. What we'll probably do is hollow out a couple of floors, set a drop bridge to have people fall. Or at least, you know, a pull-up drawbridge to stop people from going deeper into the fortress. But maybe we can have them... We can have it retractable and have them fall a few levels. But if you pull up a drawbridge, then it just seals the door too, which is nice. Which means you don't actually have to dig down. But I'm going to try to leave probably a few levels underneath this empty for possible shenanigans later. Also, right, this doesn't match. Oh my god. Did everything backwards. You know, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We can always rebuild it. Rebuild the pillar. I'm gonna... There we go. I've loaded up the article about combos on Twitch. I'll go and try to figure out what they are later. Turn them off, change the frequency. I don't know. Maybe it's all good. Maybe it's fine. So yeah, we got some chunks of galena, silver. Yeah, I think we always get lead, but and a 50-50 chance of getting silver when you get in there. We could start our metal industry. We have a lot of coal, like processed coal, so coke. Plenty of coke. Is Pepsi okay? No, coke is what we've got, which means we could start making some metal objects. I don't know how badly we need to do that right now. We could start producing silver warhammers. It is nice to get some extra workers because we're definitely looking for some more. Now, what are we doing here in this stockpile? Can we tell if there's anything in it? I'm not sure that there's a... Nope, there we go. Stray turkey hen skin and skunk leather. Yep, it's working. Bloop. Silver plates. Pepsi Max. Does anyone remember, was it Crystal Pepsi or whatever? Like clear Pepsi? What a crazy idea. Got a lot of attention. I sure as heck tried it. I think in Japan they still have clear colas. This was 8 bedrooms, right? Yeah. Go up to 20. Well, I mean, that's clearly going to be enough for now. Is it going to be 10 per side? Yeah. Lead smelting, about to make heavy. I like to make lead flasks. That's always funny to me. Because, you know, it makes those the drinks taste that much better, right? Something like that. It's miserable. Yeah. So I think we should start planning what kind of look we want for the actual fortress. And I can see this getting carved out as one huge catch-all stockpile later that other specialized stockpiles take from. I can totally see us doing that. Nothing else, we're going to want to get the tetrahedrite, which again, I think is copper. And a little bit of silver in there too. That's great, because silver warhammers, we know are great weapons. They're very good. Arguably, depending on what you're fighting, a steel spear can be better. Steel short swords are actually quite good because they both slash and stab, so they can handle a decent amount of enemies. Like, they're not optimized for anything, but they do really good as a general case. I think if you're dealing with regenerating undead, you want to mash them. So, again, the warhammers become quite good there. We make cups out of antimony. Antimony is lead bearing, right? I think. Or is it its own element? What is antimony? Antimony. Naturally occurring. Oh, it's its own element. Silvery, white, brittle, solid. Oh, it's used as a hardener in lead alloys. That's why I have an association with antimony and lead. Okay. Let me go ahead and just commit to that. And then this, and then properly leave one little pillar in there. And then I'm wondering if I should record a macro or a staircase with a little gap in the middle. No, I don't think I need to, because what I'm going to do, so I'm going to plan a staircase, and I'm going to go, so we're at elevation 33, I'm going to go all the way down to, I don't know, 0. And of course, you go negative after that, but let's just arbitrarily choose this. And then come back over here and just go into the cancel designation mode. Boom. And yeah, we'll leave a little thing there, which might get carved out later. This might become just our little channel that we drop water in. So we could potentially hit a cavern with this, or we might hit nothing. But we'll get that started. And then, yeah, this gives us a good place to build a little defensive drawbridge. Oh, we're being raided. Oh, from Quickmine! Hey, thank you very much for the raid, Quickmine! It is so nice to be playing Dwarf Fortress again. It has been such a long time, and this has been a staple of the channel for a long time. I remember trying to learn Dwarf Fortress back when it didn't have Z levels. And I think I was playing a build on my Mac, my old Power Mac. Like, oh my god, it must have been. Could it have been like 20 years ago? Am I wrong about this? Maybe 15 years ago? No, it was during the days when I was running Meme Gen. That was a long time ago. 20 years ago must have been, Dwarf Fortress must have still been a thing then, right? With those Z levels? As I tried to do it, I remember reading like the classic stories of Boat Murdered. Is Boat Murdered the one with the elephants? Did a badger rip someone's arms off yet? Not yet. What kind of critters do we have on the surface? Right now, just a couple of eagles. Who may get pew-pewed, I don't know. All right, diggy diggy. Oh, what is this green stuff? Olivine, chromite, gabbro, alunite. Ooh, marble. Marble is a flex stone, right? I wonder. Ooh, elevation level 18. Obviously, we have to build the first proper entrance to a base on elevation level 18. We don't have much of a choice. Now, what we might want to do is do another little short run here with the idea of maybe another drawbridge. So we have another kind of inner seal happening. And then we go into possibly fortune. I mean, this staircase is continuing, but we might want to use this as almost a secondary access thing. And instead, what we might want to do is some sort of configuration. Oh, what is this distance? Well, it doesn't matter. We're going to, you know what? We'll go like 15 and 15. And what I often like to do is then have, oh, the staircase don't take unless I do a couple of Z levels. I forgot about that. Right, some sort of big square configuration. We'll redo this to get like proper measurements, but you know, something rather like this, and then have the access tunnels in the corner. Although, oh, I guess I do want the waterfall. Unless we really do just have the one central staircase, or the one main staircase, not quite in the center, slightly offset. And then goes in there. Now, that's going to add more walking distance as people have to keep coming back to this. We can have a few interconnected floors and only connect to the central staircase in a few areas. Each one, oh! Each one very compartmentalized. So we have this, and then maybe like every 5 Z levels or something like that. Ooh, maybe instead of, well, I love the number 18, maybe we should do it on 20, and then 15, and then 10, and so on. Have its own access to this, but then internally it could have a little bit of up and down to reach various sub stockpiles. This would be a very different organization than we've done before, and that appeals to me. I'm not saying this is going to be optimized in any way. Oh, we're autumn already. God, that's crazy. It's not going to be great for pathing necessarily, but we really could. And again, this is a little reminiscent of our seven pillars run. What's our first base? A 33. I'm not going to do 30. I'm going to skip that one, but maybe we'll start at 25. And every 5 levels have something that's a little focused on a particular purpose. So for example, over at 25, we could have this be specifically focused on things that process stone. Oh, thank you. We've got to get our trade depot. Which, man, my hotkey memory is still unchanged. I was like, build, capital D. No, that's not how it works. Here, I'm going to plop it right here. I guess I can't because there's trees. Let's put it here so that it exists. And then this is roofed. Oh, it's a couple of different, I guess I could have made sure to use the same wood for coloration sameness. But that's okay. I could remove this ramp, but I may as well keep the access ramp in case we need to do some more roof works over here. Okay. Did they go and put in the trade depot like accessibility command? It used to be Shift D or Control D or something, and you could confirm that a wagon could reach somewhere. Shouldn't there be a throne room on floor 18? Maybe. So in theory, we're still making mugs, so we'll be able to trade those. We're still theoretically making bins to stack some things. Oh, we have a bunch of people with no jobs. It's clearly not enough busy work. Well, first of all, I think we still have a call for some stockpiles. I think can we do non-contiguous stockpiles? Okay, we can. So these are both the same stockpile. So they'll have the same rules, which is great, because more things can get brought over here. There we go. And here, the local fort slang. What level do you live on? Yeah. And yeah, we can go back and do another kind of caste system kind of vibe. Maybe not explicitly, because it's annoying to organize bedrooms like, these bedrooms are just for the people that work in this area. We could make use of extensive warning, like warrens. These, or burrows, I suppose they're called. Burrowing. But that is really annoying to organize with different dining rooms, bedrooms, things. I don't think that's worth the hassle. I don't think we're making coffers. Yeah, we never started making coffers. Maybe I should start the coffers and cabinet thing so that our bedrooms will be ready at some point. Wooden chest. A coffer made out of, like, if it's a coffer, it's made out of rock. It's a chest if it's made out of this. And I mean, I could queue up the wooden cabinets as well. Now, we'll probably want to change some of these targets because we might want to, like, have them more in bulk, but I guess like that. Few then two make two. There we go. So we need a chest job just to go and do this, and theoretically mugs will be stored in here. I could also make this a tavern, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. We'll worry about it more when we do the real one. Oh, so Kentos asked, any board games today or 4 hours of DF? There's not going to be board game today, and it's actually only going to be 3 hours. I meant to say this earlier. I'm going to go and see my parents tonight, so I have to end the stream at 3 p.m. Eastern time. So it's only going to be a total of 3 hour stream, so we've got another hour and a half, and that'll be that. Okay, trade depot is done. That's good. And yeah, before the Dwarven Caravan arrives, so hopefully we can sell them a few mugs. Now, it would be very fast to go and build our wall out of wood, you know, initial wooden palisade. And it might be okay. Like, maybe we could do a tight little palisade and then increase it to stone, but I kind of feel like I want to do the stone one immediately. So we could go and set up a stone blocks job. Now, I think that happens at the stone workshop, but I would be a little bit worried about filling this in. So I think I'm going to do the same sort of treatment as I've got for our crafts dwarfs. I think what's going to happen is we're going to set up a new stone worker shop right over here. And I have to wait till it's get built, but then we're going to set up, we're going to have it not take general orders and have this one set to make blocks for basically one at a time. Now, that does mean that our stone situation, which is actually starting to get a little bit bare, and one of those grizzly bears, so we do have to carve some stuff out. So how are our floors? Now, each floor could look a little different, right? With the 7 pillars, we tend to do little drawings. Like, let's say floor 25 is where our stoneworks are going to start happening. Do we want a unique layout compared to the others? And if so, how? You know, the obvious solution is just, okay, maybe a short little run into a largish stockpile of some nature. Ooh, there we go. Supply caravan from the classic means is a welcome site. Hooray. So, you know, do something like this. We'd have to double check the count. Oh, I think I did end up doing it relatively square. A big stockpile, and then we could have little rooms for the stone workers. Little masons, stuff like this. It's kind of boring. And what else might we want on this floor? Actually, I'm not sure. And then with the stockpiles, we could have a dedicated stone stockpile, like non-economic stone gets brought here, and then a furniture stockpile, because most of what this will be making will be furniture. Although this could also be connected to our crafts, right? So we could have stoneworkers here. We could have a few craftswork workshops for our mugs, for example, right? Linked to this. But I don't think I want this. I think I like the idea of feeling like there's a flow. Now, there's less of a flow for the stone one. So maybe this sort of vague idea is okay for our stone setup, because there's not really a flow from one to the other. But one can imagine with our metalworking, we need our furnaces that process the ore into bars, and then that flows into, you know, our metal crafts workshop, our weaponsmiths, our armor smiths, and so on and so forth. Can a wooden wall burn in dwarf arches? I'm not sure. And of course, I mean, we could just make it a little prettier by just cutting in some little patterns too. You know, even just doing something like this would look like a little nifty. they matching? Yeah. I mean, I don't hate it. We can even... You know, the plan could be... Route there for a little easier access, connect there. Although if I do this, then I can't drawbridge off this individual level, which might be fine. But there was something kind of a little bit appealing about the ability to selectively cut off each level. That looks like the Masterwork symbol. It's interesting, because the Masterwork's, like, it's not exactly it, but it kind of looks a little like an asterisk, right? Is it like the generic currency symbol, like the sort of circle with the little spiky bits? We could leave some pillars internally, because that looks good. Although this might have enough style as is to be fine. Need a mechanics workshop? Yeah, for all our levers and shit. Which a lot of times I do make mechanisms out of stone. And I don't know if we're going to need 4 stone workers. This could be 2 stone workers. It could be the dedicated crafts workshop to make mugs, and then maybe a mechanics workshop over here. 4 spokes come off the staircase, each drawbridge, connecting the circle around the staircase. Yeah, I mean, our staircase here is offset. It's not going down the middle of the map, although there's plenty of room on the sides for more stuff. I don't mind this as a start, and I think each floor is going to have a different design. I kind of dig this for our stoneworkers. It rather appeals to me, so I think I might go for it. This could fit a workshop, although I'm thinking it's just going to be a little entrance walkway with... I don't know. Maybe it should just be... Maybe it should just be this. Or we could do this and put a couple of statues as we walk in. That's a little bit of a thin bottleneck, and there might be a lot of through traffic here as people bring stones. Still like the idea of putting doors here because they are nice. So there's still a little bit of a bottleneck, but maybe a little less so. Tell you what, let's do this first, and then we can always decide to rewind the change. I think it might still be worth going and getting a separate access over here and not worrying about having individual drawbridges for these areas. We can always go and build walls here later to reseal this. Do the double doors. I guess that's true. We could go the other way around. So let's say we do this and then do that and then that and then this. We could still decide to put statues here and here that we can see from both sides. Might be better for the flow through. All right, I like it. Unpause. Oh, another miner's shown up. And yeah, they'll get auto. I think my script is set up to run once a month. We'll find out when it transitions to winter. We will see if these migrants get renamed. I don't remember when they showed up. Olivine is this gems? I think. Merchants arrived. Huzzah. Okay, so let's go and we'll request our broker. And wait, hold on. We want to use EF Hacks move. There it is. Okay. Much better. So all of our finished goods bins. And we could also do loose mugs. Well, we might not have any. That's much easier than the default one. This alert. Oh, diplomacy. Yes! Who is it? So Longstrider is meeting with the outpost liaison. We get some world info. What do we want to ask? A lot of times I do ask for leather, because we might not be able to hunt it quickly enough. And that can be very nice. Do we ask for metal bars? I don't know about that. Blocks, seeds. You know what? I will ask for those. And maybe drinks, because we might need to resupply ourselves. Maybe some meat. And then I think under miscellaneous, yeah, I asked for all this miscellaneous stuff. I think that's probably okay. I don't think I need to ask. It might be nice to ask for thread. Of any kind. Let's ask for pigtail thread. Yeah, let's do that. All right. Oh, they want bracelets. Doesn't matter. You're getting mugs. That's the way it works. These are the rules. Waiting. Waiting one. What we need is that notification to tell us when everything has been brought over here. That's probably what's happening right now with who dis? Ziggity zigzag. Moving slow, probably carrying a bin. There you go. So that's done. All right, trade. And then, oops. Again, we're going to use the DF Hack Trade UI, which is infinitely more useful, I think. Well, I don't know. I don't think I need to buy any of the bars. We could buy some ropes. I don't know that we need to buy ropes right now. We might want to buy all their barrels. Ooh, okay. Let's just say all their buckets. Maybe not the one that's worth 1,000 dwarf bucks. Ooh, nor that barrel. That's crazy. When I guess, you know what I realized? What I do is I bring all the finished goods bins over here, but then I use the DF hack. Because if we search for mug, it doesn't actually do what I want over here. It still has the bins. But if I go into here and search for mug. Oh, port goods. Mug. Explicitly lock that in and then mark all the mugs. Because what it's going to do, it's not going to mark the bins that the mugs are in. Normally, I was just like, screw it, I'll sell the mugs, because it was annoying to use this interface. But this, with DF Hack, I can say, I'm marking all the mugs, but leaving the bins unmarked, because I want to keep those, because then we're just going to keep reusing them. So we're going to offer that. And let's see. You know what? We'll ask for, we can take both these axes. Maybe the Warhammer too. Oops. I'm going to skip the mace. I can't scroll. Oh, because I'm in that. We can make picks, but I might go and grab one more pick just to have available. That's really cheap leather armor. It might not be bad to do that and some of these boots just to get us ready for some military building. Some cheese bucklers. I might go and change my mind on some of these. Yeah, let me scroll down a little bit more. These bags are very handy for getting A, the bag, and B, the contents. Either this. Pigtail seeds. I definitely want to buy that. That might be good. Here, have all these loose mugs, exactly. And then we'll buy some bins full of leather. Ooh, that one's... I might be overpaying for the bin compared to the content there. Here, I'm going to do this one like that. Another cloth bin. Yeah, that's good. Let me go down. Windmills. I take a bunch of meat. I think that'll be enough. Oh, and then, oh wait, of course, all the plants. Okay, the profit is now yellow, which they might still accept, depends on our trading thing. Okay, green, I think they're like 100% like, yes, this is awesome. Lots of plump helmets, make sure that is solid. And then, all the thread? Yeah. I'll have to skip cheeses for now, I think. And then I think I'm going to want the trade to still come out as green. So, there we go. I'm going to get a pair of bronze high boots, and that's it. Okay. So I want to hit trade. Yes. Good. Okay. We're going to say we don't need a trader anymore, so we'll free up the merchant. Lovely. So we're going to take their stuff. I think I'm going to leave that alert there. I think I had customized my announcements file to auto-pause for certain things, including the merchant's done unpacking. But this is actually quite handy. I think it might be a little redundant with what we've set up, but that's quite nice. That's DF hack. I mean, you can see it from the tag. Remember to set up food restrictions for seeds and fat. That's a great reminder, Snafu. I think I have that set up with a DF hack automation thing. Yeah, there we go. The seeds can't be cooked, which is good. We don't want the seeds to be cooked at all. And I think those are set to auto forbid. And I think DF hack is a lovely tool where you can set certain limits. Like if we end up with more than 100 cave wheat seeds, then okay, you can start cooking the seeds, for example. So I think that's okay. We also, I think we don't want to cook plump helmets because I think when you cook a whole plump helmet, the seed, you don't get the seed out of it. If they eat it raw, you get a seed. And I think if you brew it and drink, you get the seed, right? So I think these rules are okay. I think we might have to tweak our stone use at some point. Barrels reserved for use by workshop jobs. Oh, that's quite interesting as a default, but I think we'll not worry about that right now. Because mostly I just try to make sure there's empty barrels all the time. Increase mug limit from 200? Maybe. I don't even know if we had 200 mugs there. Okay. Could hotkey these. A lot of olivine. So that's just... So it's just a greenish rock. Well, sort of a yellowish. Or, I guess olive-colored rocks, although... This doesn't exactly look olive-colored in this tool set to me, but it's fine. Hopefully they just spit out the seeds. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If they eat the raw thing, then they do just spit out the seeds. Just tip the box into the wagons. The nice thing about stone mugs is they won't break if they do that, right? If they were ceramic or something, and you're just tipping the mugs in there, they could shatter. But we make solid stone mugs. Can't just skip the cheese. I know, it hurts me a little bit because I do love cheese. Whenever I see or hear plump helmet, I always have a childish chuckle. I know, right? Now, the other thing we could do, I love the waterway over here. We're going to set up the auto farm tool because one of the things, farming is a little annoying to micromanage sometimes. Here, I'll leave room for like another seed stockpile, although because the seeds go into barrels, we don't need a lot of space for it. But what I'm going to do is set up another 5x6 over here, and we'll probably turn on the auto farming tool. So what thing we want to do is like, we might want to manage, like if we don't need whatever. So currently we don't have any plump helmet seeds. That's because we got a bunch of plump helmets that need to be, you know, brewed or eaten or something. Hold on. I'm an idiot. Probably people have been telling me, well, they probably tell me I'm an idiot for lots of reasons. We built the still. We never set up a alcohol brewing job. We still have some drinks, but that would have run out. We need to set up a booze making job. So, brew from plant. We'll probably also put in the brew from fruit as well, but really it's the plant one is going to do the heavy lifting here. If we have fewer than, I don't know, 200 drinks, and this is a number that's going to keep going up and up and up as our fortress grows. If we have fewer than 200 drinks, we're going to attempt to brew 10 drinks basically per day. As long as we have, if we're going to queue up the job, again, I might want loud errors for this. Yeah, in fact, I do. I want to get a bunch of alerts if we don't have the material to brew drinks or we don't have the bins to do drinks. So we're going to set this up. Try to make 10 per day as long as it's under 200. That's from plant. I'll set up the from fruit as well. Drinks. And this one I will put in a... here. Don't bother. Here, well, I'm going to actually put 20. We won't be having fruit as often. So if we make sure we have at least 20 fruit around before you attempt to brew drinks from fruit. There we go. So keep that going on. That'll also give us some plump helmet seeds as well. Does the seed and barrel issue no longer exist? There was something, right? If they were in the barrel, they couldn't take them. Or I think what happens still is a dwarf can sort of reserve a barrel that they're going for, and then other dwarves can't get it until it's done. I think there is still some awkwardness there, but I can't recall. It'd be nice if you could set a condition to X per dwarf. That's true. I mean, it's not too bad, but yeah. We could say something like, keep 10 maybe like 5 drinks per dwarf, because I don't remember, they need something like 3 drinks per season and 2 food per season, or maybe less food and more drink. I don't remember what a dwarf drinks on average, but yeah, you could set up some number that is the appropriate amount for, we have enough like cooked meals and drinks for each dwarf to last at least a season. Something like that. Sorry, Den's Pens. What was your message that I responded to? I don't even know. Oh, plump helmets. Yes, with a chuckle. So yes. So if we go and open, I can't remember. There's a hotkey. Control Shift E. Yeah, no, I don't remember that. So auto farm over here. I mean, we'll enable it, but then we'll also go into here. And is there? There's an auto farm UI. Oh no, it's set by command numbers. Yeah. If I just run you, do you output? There we are. Okay. So what this does is we set certain targets that we're trying to have of these various types of plants. And what auto farm will do for us is, so the default is 30. It's going to try to keep 30 plants like produced of any type. With certain exemptions, so it's going to try to keep 100 mushroom, like the plump helmets, and 100 pigtails. And what this is going to do for us, and save us a lot of annoying micromanagement, is it's just going to toggle what these things are producing. Like if we have infinite amount of plump helmet, then it'll work on a little bit of something else. And just saves a lot of micro, which is lovely. Merchants will be leaving soon. That's fine. And yeah, I think those alert pop-ups is for me having tuned my announcements file. I wonder if any of this is exposed to the sun from tree chopping. I don't see a hole, but that does happen. We might have to keep an eye out. So what I'm going to do here is construct, workshop, farming, farm plot. Kablam. Actually, I might still make a couple of sub ones here. Like that. But oh, there you go. See, I was going to say, but I don't actually have to manage this. Because I didn't click this, it automatically went from leaf fallow to let's plant some cave wheat, because I don't have a lot of cave wheat, and we do have some seeds. And this one here automatically went from fallow over to plump helmets. Lovely. And it'll just cycle that for us and just save us a ton of work. Yeah, I'll just expand the seed stockpile over here, which is completely unnecessary, but it'll look nice. So we have a bunch of pigtail growing here. That's going to be another really important one. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I might up some of those numbers, but for now, that's okay. Like, the pigtail in particular, I really want that industry to be going. So speaking of, we do need to process this pigtail. Do we need the farmers? I don't remember. Do we need the farmers workshop? I think that's involved in like shearing and maybe milking. And then we're going to want a loom and a clothier. And then we don't yet have a leather workshop. So we'll put that down there. More migrants. Oh my God. One thing, and it's not too late to do it. I can't remember where we set that. I think it's part of the config. I think ultimately we'd have to like quit the game and reload it. We could set a smaller limit for our fort, like 50 dwarves or something. And there's 2 limits. There's a sort of a soft limit, which is the limit of migrants, and then a hard limit, which is a limit including babies. We're getting our first Feymood. Wow. So we could do something like, we could set a population limit of something like 40. So we can have migrants up to 40. And I think, I'm not sure, it's possible that like a migrant wave might still trigger if we're below that, which might put us over. But then after that, it's all like, okay, and then we have to have internal growth. Like I said, dwarven babies do take a long time to grow up. So that would, effectively keep our fortress kind of smaller. But there's something kind of beautiful about managing a smaller base than a bigger one. Anyway, Rager is taken by a Feymood. Is claiming a workshop. Okay, the mug shop has been claimed. which means our mug production is going to be paused for a second. Rager is out picking up resources. The granite's what it's made out of. The tetrahedrite may have already been there, but he might have grabbed it. Tetrahedrite, he definitely just grabbed the gabbro. I'm saying I have no idea what Rager is. And again, when winter comes, we're going to see if they have nicknamed the other dwarves. I could set the auto nick to, I think, run daily as well. Okay, so we got tetrahedrite, gabbro, more tetrahedrite, and rough rose quartzes. Oh, we don't have a jeweler's workshop yet. So we're going to want to at least cut some gems here. Fortress full of werebabies and indeed beautiful. I mean, if they're all were creatures, then, no one's going to kill each other, right? Why are you moving so slowly? You're hauling a rock. Oh, we need wheelbarrows. My God. Wooden wheelbarrow. And yeah, again, here, we're going to want to, we can probably just make one at a time when we don't hit the limit. But we're going to want to keep, like, I think these are wheelbarrows that are stockpiled that aren't assigned to a stockpile. So I think if we have fewer than 2 wheelbarrows available, it'll do that. But I don't think this counts wheelbarrows that have been assigned to one of these. So we might want a proper stone stockpile with some wheelbarrows, because the stockpile itself might have an allocation for it. Yeah, it does. Let's assign a couple to this one here. Although it's not a stone stockpile, so yeah, they're just hauling things for the construction. But I guess here's the thing. Floor 25, that's really what we're looking to set up here. Right, and that's coming along quite nicely. We might want to mine out more of those minerals. But, so this stockpile here, I'm going to do a middle area like so. Oops. Or overextended. Although, you know what? I might be fine with this. I'm going to do that. And accept this. So this is going to be a stone stockpile. Although strictly non-economic stone. This is not for metal ore. It is not for the economic stone. It's also not for clay. It's just for this stuff. Because this is just, we're taking just stone that can't be used for anything else, and we're carving it into things. So non-economic stone. I'm going to want like 5 wheelbarrows here, because if people are hauling this, we're going to need a lot of wheelbarrows available. So that's going to be that. What I can also do is set up a... There, take. So, oh, no, hold on. I don't need to do this. Because I was going to take from our generic stockpile over here. But this stockpile already doesn't take stone. So now we actually do have a stockpile. Oh, I got to start hotkeying these other floors. So, this, stone. Okay, good. So, people who are idle, like haulers, will start grabbing stone and bringing them over here. This chromite must be something... Maybe it's non-economic. I don't know. I don't think it says over here. Furniture building, so I guess it's non-economic one. It just looks really cool. They're going to start hauling a bunch of stone over here, and our stone workshops will get repositioned there as well. Oh, that includes Fluxstone. Isn't Fluxstone economic? An earring. Hold on, we're going to take a look at that in just a second. Like, marble, yeah. I think Fluxstone is under economic. So it's not going to be included here, and I think that's going to be okay. I think. L? No. Mobility, objects menu. Oh. What? Esmel City Shoves family heirloom. Is this a dwarf that's in our fortress and their family has an heirloom, but presumably this artifact isn't here because I can't load it? I don't think I've ever seen this before. But that's what I'm wondering. Huh. The Page of Clobbering. Page of Clobbering. This would have been a great name for a weapon. But this is our earrings. Moro Avid. This is a tetrahedrite earring. It's worth about 5,000 dwarf bucks. All crafts worship is of the highest quality, is encrusted with oval tetrahedrite cabochons and encircled with bands of cushion gabbro cabochons. The object menaces with spikes of tetrahedrite and rose quartz. Also, we have more than 20 dwarves, so I think we do need the workshops now, or the offices for our bookkeeper. Oh, there's a deer in here. Oh, right. People are going to show up with grazing animals. I do have, because we're running DF hack, we would get a warning if any of the critters were starving. But let's make a little pen pasture over here. Accept. Yeah, DF hack assignment. Only show me grazer. Oh, we don't have any grazing animals. Okay, so we're not worried about it yet, but we'll have to start worrying about it at some point. There's just a wild deer? Do we just have wild deer running around inside of our base? Huh. Yeah, Dwarf Therapist has been available for the Steam version for a while. I mean, I'm assuming there's one running right now. And I do quite like it's a great way to look at our dwarves. But it's nice these days between the Steam Dwarf Fortress improvements and the fact that DF Hack is integrated within Dwarf Fortress UI, like by loading this stuff. What's nice is I don't have to worry about like capturing two different windows with Dwarf Therapist and tabbing in and out and stuff. There's still some things that you can see in Dwarf Therapist that you don't have as much here. Although there is a built-in sort of quasi Dwarf Therapist mode in DF Hack as well that's built in, but I don't know. We got deer teeth. Okay. That makes me think of Gravity Falls. I don't think this stockpile is full, although I might go in and biggen it. And of course, we might be going all the way up here to grab some bones to make some bone bolts too. We could do a workshop on a surface that's just there to make the bolts. Oh, like dusting of snow. Nice. Late autumn. So again, we're going to see when winter kicks in to see if people get nicknamed or not, or if I have to manually run that. It could be that the file that is set to like start certain scripts running, it's possible that some of those have been renamed since I set them up, and so they might not be triggering the same way anymore. You over here, yeah, you've got your rock mug job. That's the other advantage of doing things through work orders, is when one of these workshops gets claimed for a mood, it cancels all the pending jobs in there, which can sometimes screw up your thing. So if you're using the order system, then that's sorted. Okay, so stone workshop, there they go. Those stones are being collected. We'll get this kitted out. Let's go. Maybe make the living floor. That's what I'm thinking. Living floor with apartments, probably the dining room, and we could probably do the kitchens on that floor as well. Conceivably also the hospital. Like, let's say we go down another 5 Z levels, so floor 20 over here. Let me set up a hotkey for this. Living space. So, let's plan some sort of walk into the big dining room. Big dining room. A little bit of rounding effects. And then maybe put some little statues or something look cool in there. Maybe we want to put some pillars in this room. Just in the middle. We could leave sort of thing like this, smooth it, and we could put some more statues in there. That's not centered. If we go the other way around, we go like that. And like this. Kind of cool. Oh yeah, we could put pedestals for artifacts in these places too. And then people can steal them, and then we can have a whole, like, dwarven mystery thing. I wonder if, like a fancy, like a dwarven mountain home mystery novel as a genre is something that could conceivably work. I think I'm going to leave, like, a double wall space here, because it might just look a little bit better. And someone's probably already done it. Someone's done everything. We are paused. Good. And then sort of same thing over here. That. Dwarves blame the only elf in the fortress. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not a fantasy book if there's not casual racism. So we do this. And I might, just for the ease of access, I might, if we're going to do a hospital, I'm wondering if we just have it linked off the back over here. Right. Hospital goes over here. And then bedrooms, and again, this is not the most efficient in terms of like walking distances involved, but let's assume let's do 3x1 bedrooms this time. So we can do the bed, cabinet, chest. They got all the room they need. And then a lot of times for my bedroom blocks, a lot of times I do like a 2-tile wide thing. And then of course we need the door. All right, and then this can be extended to any sort of distance. So let's record our first macro. Macros are something that are built into Dwarf Fortress and have been for a very long time. So I'm going to go into mining mode. I'm going to position myself, I guess here. Control R starts recording a macro. There you go. You can see the little red blinking rec in the top left corner. So we're going to hit enter. Enter again. Come back over here. Enter. There. And then position here. Cancel recording. So if I play. Ooh. So in my Dwarf Fortress init file, which clearly I don't have for this version, you can change the speed at which macros play back, which can make this go much, much, much faster. Sometimes that can lead to some of the clicks going missing. Now, I wonder... See, then we don't get... What if I nudge everything over by 4 blocks? Yes, if we do this... I think I said 4 blocks. I meant 2. There, symmetry. Or I wonder, see, it used to be a text file. I wonder if there's something in the settings here. This isn't searchable, but I'm wondering if there is an option somewhere in here for the macro repeat speed. And even if there is, will I see it? Okay, that's the key hold repeat speed. That's not the macro. Oh, there you go. Milliseconds between macro instructions. 15. Doesn't feel like it's going that fast. Let's change it to 5. Hey, look how much speedier this is. There we go. I'm going to set it to 1. I find that every now and again, not so much for this, but mostly for the furniture placing, sometimes it sort of misses a click if it's too fast. So we might just leave it here. So what is it? 3, 4, 8. So 16. Let's just, for simplicity. So this is 10 high, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yes. Okay. So if we finish this, no, but it's fine. This is going to be enough bedrooms for 60 dwarves, right? Because each one of these spires is 10 high, which means 20 dwarves each. Well, and of course, if they're paired up, it can be a little bit more. All right, I kinda dig it. Oh, and I was going to do maybe kitchens on this floor as well. Hold on a second. Because what we could do is we could put in our food stockpiles. Excuse me. Or like our food and drink stockpiles can be in here. Yeah, I am wondering, like, we've got room for some kitchening over here. We could even do, like, a really sort of... You don't need a lot of tiles to maintain the cooked food and drinks. Like, we could do something like this, where things get prepared over here. If I went and did that, this would be enough for 2... Actually, I'm going to leave the middle thing alone. So let's say I put a still, and then they can have tiles here for the raw stuff. Although, theoretically, that's shared between the two. But, I mean, we can just do a linked stockpile between those two. And then kitchen. And then, yeah, just cooked meals, prepared drinks. I mean, I could also store them here, but the idea is like to minimize some amount of walking. Now, let's say we wanted to square this off. Do we like just put a door here? Yeah, my phone's ringing. It's a number I don't recognize, therefore I'm not answering. Because who answers the phone for a number they can't recognize? That's crazy. Like, we lose some of our symmetry over here. But I don't hate this. And we might actually remove some of the symmetry regardless, because this area here could be an open dance floor. We could just have our tables and chairs over here, and this could just be a dance floor, because I like to combine the bar plus dining hall. You do get a quality debuff from overlapping things, but if it's big enough and fancy enough, then it doesn't matter. I think I'm going to go with this. It's different from how we've done it before, which is always nice. All right, done. So, hemp place / maybe an early overflow stockpile, or we just carve out this whole area and get a bunch of blocks. Although in practice, carving out the floors above and below our stone area just to get a bunch of raw blocks is going to be very appealing. And then over here are living quarters, which is looking fancy. So, okay, still waiting for winter to start to confirm that the auto nick is running once per month. And again, I can just run it manually, but I just want to check to see if it's working. In practice, what we might do is after every migrant wave, I'll just run auto nick all. Which won't catch the babies, but also on map load. Time 1, time units month. Yeah, it is set. What I might do in the future is just set it to run once per day from now on. I don't know. We'll see. And then we'll smooth all this, which of course is going to be massive amounts of busy work. I don't... You might be busy. I'm wondering about setting these guys up to maybe be full-time miners. We are going to want to obviously specialize our workforce as early as possible. Because what you want, even if it causes one of your specialists to be idle some of the time, what you want is really to have one person or, a couple people eventually as your fort grows working on one job exclusively so that they maximize their skill in that field. Turn the top level. Oh! That's a good... Thieving or mischievous creatures. Raccoon! What are you coming in here and what, stealing some gizzards? And they can go through these doors, which is funny. All right. I mean, in theory, they might get auto-hunted. That is really funny. I love this as a warning. That's great. Not that we're necessarily going to respond to... Anyway, sorry, I want to respond. Esoteric Fish, and honestly, you're probably not the only one, suggested, what if we turn this initial starting floor into our inn and tavern? And maybe if we have, if we have temples or libraries or guild halls that are accessible to the public, it could all be here, which we've done before because this is sort of like the non-quarantine area. It's an area open to the public for people who aren't part of our fortress, really. As not a permanent resident of the fortress, they could still visit here. That's not a bad idea. I like it. I like repurposing this. That's cool. It almost looks a little like a spaceship. So we got some fire opals. Ooh, very nice. Oh, so I did set up the jeweler's somewhere eventually. Jeweler's workshop over here. Managing this is annoying. There was actually kind of a weirdly like sweet spot near the end days, right before the Steam version, where with some DF hack stuff, you could set up a job to cut gems that work better. But you know what? I don't think there used to be a generic cut gems. That was the issue. There was always a cut a specific gem job, which could be frustrating because you had to list each one. Now that there's a generic cut gems, it's actually kind of wonderful. Although, again, what I do is I'll do it this way. We'll set up an order for cut gems. Because, yeah, I think you had to do a bunch of individual, like, cut this gem. And you had to do that a bunch. But with DF hack, you could strip away the specific gem and use a, like, kind of a catch-all. I might just set the 10. That's okay. But, we're going to keep some raw gems. If we have... Here's the thing. If we have more than 10 raw gems, then cut 5 of them. We want to keep some raw gems around because we might get a strange mood. But whenever we have at least 10 raw ones sitting around, cut 5 of them. I like that. And yeah, I think there is an auto gem. There was an auto gem, but I think they may have gotten rid of that because I don't think it's needed anymore. And I think you can still go and specify certain things with the jobs to like make them material focused. We might need to up our bed making because we're making a couple at a time, right? With the bed. Oh, my bed job was a one-shot. I did a one-shot 8 beds. I forgot about that. So we might need to expand these bedrooms quite quick. Well, okay. I'm going to set up a repeating job of if there are fewer than 2 beds sitting around, make a couple of them, which might mean we'll end up, well, up 3, that's fine. We'll keep a constant job up there. But when we're mass producing bedrooms, what we want to do is we want to put in a request for beds, and we know we need like 60 of these. So I'm going to put in a make 60 beds right now. All those bedrooms are also going to need doors. So same thing, I'm going to ask for a bulk. I did the wrong one because I didn't scroll down. Make 60 of those. And again, we have things for chests and cabinets. Oh, I think they might have been wooden cabinets. I don't remember. Yeah. Wooden chests, wooden cabinets. Actually, we have lots of wood on the map. Maybe we want to save our rocks for mugs. I like rock doors still. But let's make wooden cabinet. And then it'll give us a great excuse to go and chop down a lot of trees. Wooden chest. 60. And 60. There we go. Because otherwise it will take forever to furnish the bedrooms because they'll put a couple down, then it'll restart the job. Then it'll put a couple down, and it'll restart the job. Here, they'll just be massive bulk amounts that we'll do very quickly. Oh, Dorida2 is asking about glass production. He said, I noticed something, another streamer I watch always focuses on glass production while you never do. Why don't you? We have before, and it's really good. It's great money. It's cool. It's interesting. It needs a little bit of a setup, like, oh, we got to make sure we're processing sand and shit like that. I really do need to make more glass things because it's super awesome. I mean, thematically, I still like the stone mugs, although we could make glass cups or whatever they're called. Hematite. Oh, iron-bearing ore. We might want to mine this out, which might like ruin the look. On the other hand, there's a good chance that on the floor above or below us, there could be more hematite because these are 3D veins. And so it might be worth checking on just that. But yeah, glass is awesome. We can make things out of, like, there's nothing that we need glass for specifically. But it's cool, and it might be awesome to do. Harder to tip a crate of glass mugs, cups, mugs, and back to trade caravan. Alert. Invaders? Oh, a thief. Okay, now they get spotted, they run away. I think that's a good sign that we need to start our walls, though. Well, what we're going to do is on our stone crafting floor, which is over here. Let's go and build our workshops. Let's go with stoneworker here and here. Boop, boop. Oh, hey, Goth, thanks for the bits. Who's raising these dwarves that they aren't getting taught to make their own beds? Craft dwarf workshop over here. And I feel, wasn't there something else I was going to do with the stone? Oh, we can get our mechanics workshop set up finally. Okay. We're going to start making rock blocks. Oh, which also means what I need is, this is going to be a big stockpile for furniture. Now, furniture always feels like you need infinite amounts. I could limit it to just stone furniture so that nothing else gets stored up. You know, I think I will do that. There you go. So, stone furniture we create will get stored over here in theory. I think for a second, some people brought some things that aren't stone because we hadn't set the filter yet. And then down here, I'm going to set up a... Here's a... Do the gears, where do they get stored? They might be furniture. Because I just say, I'm going to set up a crafts, which finished goods. And again, I'm going to say not metal, not gems, not other material. This is where our stone goods go. But the finished goods get put in bins. And furniture doesn't. So there's a good chance there's just not enough furniture space over here. What I could do is expand a big space on the other side for a huge furniture stockpile. Because honestly, I think we're going to need it a lot. Glasses used for display cases. Oh, yeah. And I think what we have done before is we have set up a kind of a museum, and we did use glass to sort of block things off. We should do a little glass industry this time. Alunite. Are you sleeping there? Oh, yeah, because we don't have our bedrooms yet. But a bunch of people with no jobs, which is interesting. I could have people start working on smoothing. Do I want to have a couple of smoothing specialists? I think maybe. So engravers. Now, I always get a little confused because there's a couple of... They've renamed some of the things, and there's smoothing versus engraving, and I don't remember which job does what. Is it stone? Oh, they do have the little icon. Is stone cutters the smoothing? And like also laying down tracks? I can't remember what it is in the new version of Dwarf Fortress because they've renamed a few things. I think that might be the case. So this is our doctor. When they're not doctoring, we could just put them on a full-time smoothing job. Stone cutters are smoothing and making rock blocks. Right, both important jobs, which I think we might want more than one. There's no one else with a base skill in it right now. Same thing here. So Enod would do smoothing plus this, including blocks. I think we do need some more for the stone cutters. But I don't want to put the people who are mining jobs. You're just fishing, which isn't terribly important. Thrashing Dragon, I think I might add you to this. And get you to focus on it exclusively. And then, smooth. Let's just this area, because we're going to want this to be pretty and smooth for the inn later anyway. And then over here, there we go. Do we want to keep these for general orders as well as blocks? Yeah, probably. So we're going to set up a stone block. And by that I mean rock block job. And we're going to want to have... How many do we need to keep around? When we use our blocks, we tend to want to do them in big amounts of bulk. I'm wondering about keeping like 50 of these blocks around. If we have less than 50, then we'll start a job for 10. But only do this if we have at least 20 of these rocks around, because we may have to save these for more important tasks. Yeah, do 10 at a time. As long as we've got 20 blocks, or like the raw stone. Yeah. Got at least 20 of the raw stone, then you can make 10 of these if we started with less than 50. And then I think what I'm going to do is put a stockpile on the surface right over here. I'm doing the RimWorld thing. Hit accept. So bars and blocks, but specifically stone clay blocks, which really shouldn't include coal and some other things. I mean, I could specify that I want the blocks made of a particular material so that they all match. I don't know about that. All right, you do go in bins. But yeah, I do want to move them to the surface. Do I? We have a lot of gabbro. And we will continue, I think, to have a lot of gabbro. Should I just specifically... I guess I could have modified the existing one. Derp. Because it's still rock blocks. Where does this get material? Okay, there we go. Gabbro. We have gabbro greater than 10. And I'll do that. I won't specify... yeah. And then this again... And if we have fewer than 10, we'll do this. So it'll be a fairly aggressive thing. If we don't have 10 gabbro blocks kicking around... No, I'm still going to go 50. We have less than 50 gabbro blocks kicking around, and we have 10 gabbro available. Make 10. This is just make rock blocks. How do I set a material in this job? Is it magnifying glass? There it is. There we are. You know what? I'm going to change this to, like, if there's at least one, attempt to do 10. And then maybe generate some errors for me. Okay, let's go and clear all these messages. Interrupted by Yak Bull. There's the Yak Bull. Oh, maybe someone will hunt it. But yeah, we'll get the blocks up here. And with that, it's an infinite job for gabbro within the regular job for everything else. Maybe. I think what I would have done with the previous system is I would set up a gabbro job here. Right, and then protect it as a workshop order, but I don't think that's the mechanics the same way. Yeah, I guess we could just turn all gabbro. I'll probably still put a limit. But yeah, we could do another block job. Well, I'm going to keep some raw stuff. No, you know what? This is fine. We'll only have one type of block, and we can use that to construct all kinds of different things. You're hunting, that's good. You're hunting with the Yak Bull, that's good. Interrupted by Yak Bull, yeah, which is annoying. So it is important that we hunt you. All right, you're set to generic. So you're not doing the mugs. You know what? I don't know if that's where we're going to want this mechanics workshop. I think, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tear this down. I'm going to put the second one. We're going to put 2 Craftsdwarf workshops over here. Well, okay, hold on. This is making the bone bolts and the things. Do I still want to take the generic work orders, or should just this be the full-time mug maker? I don't know. I'm going to set up the stone rock mechanisms thing. We're going to keep, I don't know, a pair around. There's less than 2. Make a couple. Tear this down. I think what might happen is this, and I'm going to put the mechanics workshop there because I think the mechanics are furniture, so they'll get stored here. We'll leave that there for the moment, and then, yeah, I'm going to go build a new craft station here. Yeah, 1 for mug, 1 for general stuff, which is what we have on the surface. So that's not connected, but that's okay. Now I'll put the mechanics workshop there. I love this light dusting of snow. It's nice. And I think the brook is frozen again. Yeah, ice wall. Okay, early winter. Did everyone get renamed? They didn't. Okay, so my script is definitely not running, but all right. Auto nick all. So we'll just run it manually from time to time. And there we go! All right. Bunch of no jobs is kind of surprising. Stockpiles are full, so they're not hauling. I guess I could open up the smoothing to more people, but it is nice to, like, train some rock cutting experts. Suppose I could just throw a couple more people into this. Okay, so this one here is going to get the make mugs. So you don't get general orders. This is going to be a rock mug. And set a limit of 200. Okay. We could go and tear down some of the stuff from the surface now, but the other thing I could do is we could do the specialized stockpile and put the auto trading tag on there, which is very convenient because what we can do is we could set up a rule. So all the mugs go in one stockpile. And then any bins that are in the stockpile, which is just a stockpile for mugs, we turn the auto trading on, and all it will do is make it so that when a trading caravan shows up, all those bins automatically get pulled up to the surface. I might wait for that because we might do the encrusting job for it. Yeah, there's a beehive on the surface right over here, which I don't know. I've never set up a bee industry before, but we could set up to start making some meat or something. How's this looking? All right, it's coming around. Do I want to mine out this hematite? I suspect we're going to have plenty of hematite to play with, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to start plopping down these doors. I can't remember. They might get in each other's way and some weird suspends happen. And we clearly don't have that many doors right now. So, again, in Vanilla Dwarf Fortress, you can't plop down a piece of furniture if you don't already have it in a stockpile, which is somewhat annoying. The ones with the clocks here, this is because of DF hack with the planning mode. It lets you put down a blueprint before you have an object made. And then once it gets made, it'll get brought down here. It makes it so much more convenient because it's actually such a pain in the ass to do mass construction in Vanilla Dwarf Fortress because like you can't plop stuff until they're done. So you have to pre-make everything instead of sort of this just-in-time production. Not that we're going with just-in-time this time because we did go and queue up like these massive, massive jobs. Are you yak in the base? There might have been. Actually, another thing to check, there could have been another with oh, yeah, we still don't have any tame stuff that needs grazing. Okay. Oh, also we need to set up our egg industry, which actually might be good to do over here, like behind the kitchens. Like maybe we set up our egg industry over here. It's where our dwarves live, but it could also be where our goose live. Are mugs limited to non-economic stone? If we go to stone use, this is showing economic stone. So dolomite could be used for non-economic jobs, for mugs, for example. Yeah, so maybe I might want to turn these off just to make sure they don't get used, because I didn't specify the material. 7 thieving or mischievous creature. Is it all? Oh, it's this Kia. These birds are taking our stuff. I don't know if they go into our base. Well, they're certainly coming in and out of this building. Now, why can they use these doors? Not forbid. Isn't there a... Isn't there like a shut tight option? I don't know that it works for the wild creatures, though. I don't know why these birds can use the doors. Like, yeah. Doesn't make much sense. Oh, there we go. Oh, radish plants. Yeah, because we're growing a variety of things. But this should include... We should have some ratweed that is occasionally growing. How's our situation? Food, drink, excellent. We don't have a lot of seeds kicking around. I suspect there's just more plump helmets need to be consumed. Why do you blame the doors? Maybe it's a vent issue? They're clearly going through the door, though. We can see them going through these doors from time to time. I don't think they can go through the fortification, and we are roofed anyway. Hang on. Is there a weird thing where we have to build the floor above the doors? Are they doing a weird diagonal move? I don't remember if that's a thing. Do you need farmers? We do have a farmer's workshop somewhere over here. Yeah, right there. We've got one really cranky dwarf. We got a few people who aren't as happy as they could be. Bacon Eater, why are you so miserable? You're a legendary Marks dwarf? That's crazy. Terrified while in conflict. Well, that might be your biggest problem here. You're so annoyed at having a drink without using a goblet, mug, or... Yeah, okay. I mean, we should have some stored in here now. Maybe not. Shouldn't they be get transported over here? Maybe it's not a tavern, so you don't get mugs? No floor needed above doors, but it looks better. Wild animals can just go through doors. Yeah, it's like... I don't know where you live, but where I live, most wild animals can't go through doors. I mean, unless they're big and strong enough to go through a door. Like, I completely buy that a bear could go through a door. A bird, even a big one? I don't know. I mean, birds are basically just dinosaurs, and I've watched a documentary called Jurassic Park, so I am aware that they can go through there. Should we stop including cat flaps in all our outside doors? Yeah, maybe that's the problem. So... These are both... Oh, hold on. That's right. Nothing's getting done because we don't have a fucking office for our manager, which I think should be on the living quarters floor. You know, we got a little bit of space here. How about... we can put an office there. And... an office here for a bookkeeper and manager. How do we set the priorities? That's not it. Advanced options. There we go. Back to 4 and hide that as well. Okay. So, our miners should go and mine these little blocks as quickly as possible. Just make cage traps catch and display in the dining hall. I wonder, yeah, can we cage trap the birds? Furniture, doors. Clunk, clunk. And then what I want to do is I want to make these top priority. There we go. And then... shares. And then we want to do an office here. another office here. And this office. Auto-assign the bookkeeper. Auto-assign the manager. Excellent. Okay. Because I forgot. Now that there's so many, there are more than 20 dwarves, you see how these aren't green? These haven't been validated. So we need a manager to actually go sit and do the work. And then if we want accurate stock counts, we also need the bookkeeper to spend some time doing some work here. Is Jorg, are you complaining to, is this our expedition leader? That is. I think Jorg is complaining. How do I open that military screen? What's the hotkey for that? Q. All right. Look at the cool purple walls here with the allanite. That is nifty. Door. Cancel. Now, we could use a macro for this. Enter? Oh, using the mouse. That's right. Is that a problem where I was like, oh yeah, we can't use the keyboard inputs, which means I can't macro it. I think that's still an issue in Steam DF. I guess we could use the blueprint system, the DF hack blueprint system instead. But yeah, what I used to do is just set up macros to place down all the furniture in the bedrooms too. Oh, time for guard animals. That's not a bad point. I mean, the surface, not so much, but we could set them in here, especially when this becomes a real base. So we'd chain a couple of animals over here to sort of guard and spot. And there's enough traffic here that someone's going to spot something. So I think that's not too much of an issue. Check the orders. They still haven't been validated. Bookkeeping. Is our manager too busy? Strider. No job. Strider is our manager. You've got everything you need. Validate. Are you doing it now? Managing work orders. There we go. I don't know why they were just idling for a second. Herds aren't real. Still waiting for some bed construction. And if those jobs had been validated earlier, I think more of these would be ready to go. Yeah, how much better would this be if me and my stupid shaky hands didn't have to go and place each one of these beds? I could set up a little macro. And there's a blueprinting system. And what we might do when I finish this block, I might blueprint this whole thing and then paste it down here. We have some cabinets available. Cabinets are being made before some of the other things. I think the game will let me put down bedroom zones with just the blueprints of these, but I'm not entirely sure. So, you know, a little bit of an awkward bed. But you gotta treat these squares as being bigger than the furniture in there. You know, it's like we can do the D&D thing where they're like 5-foot squares and then the furniture is just up against one of the walls and not occupying the entire tile. That's really the better way to think about this. But they're still little capsule bedrooms. But still quite nice for dwarven things. I don't think there's any reason they need an empty tile in their bedroom, right? To like process things? Because they will just like throw stuff on the floor. The containers are good because when they throw away like old clothes and stuff, they'll get organized a little bit. Although cleaning up all this old clothes is kind of important. Whew. Is this yak blood? Yeah, yak blood. All right, good. I want to set up the smoothing yet because they'll get in each other's way. Oh. Don't know about you, but my manager at work idles all the time. In real life, yeah. I mean, speaking of jobs that could be replaced by AI, managers, right? CEOs, they get paid too much. Replace the CEO job with AI, and then you could hire like 100 more workers. It'd be perfect. Yeah, 2x2 bedrooms is quite nice because then it leaves an empty tile, and it does look good. We just change every time. Sometimes we do the calm one, sometimes we do 2x2, sometimes we go 3x3 if we really want to spoil them. Check this container specifically. Yeah, it's still empty. More like 400 workers? Yeah. I know. The ratio of pay is a little redonkulous. So I wonder when we get the next wave of critters in here. Yak, bull, and eagle is all that's currently on here. The snow here is nice. A little frozen water. Oh, when can we make ice skates? I want ice skates to be a thing that we can make for our dwarves. Oh, yes. And then the nest boxing, which I was going to do over here, I think. I was talking about it, but I didn't actually do it. Shops. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah. Farming. Not cooking, but farming. A couple of stills. Kitchens. So this stockpile here is just going to be for finished meals and nothing else. Prepared meals, done. And then this stockpile over here is going to be for drinks. And this stockpile here... Oh, jeez. Accept. And actually, it's going to also be here. This is going to be the same stockpile with the same rules between these two. Which might mean one is going to get filled for... It's fine. Doesn't matter. So this is going to be for food. All food, but not prepared meals. Not drinks. Not unprepared fish. We need a fishing thing to prepare the fish. Process it. Not seeds. That. You can cook with this. We can also use the fat and tallow for other things. I don't want to lie. Is the rest okay? I suppose not the venom. The milk is fine. It's annoying that it's the same category. I'll leave it on. Got to be stored somewhere, and if this starts to get overfilled, we might make some changes. Moods will improve once people have proper bedrooms. And then this dining hall can also get started. So, how do I want to lay out my tables this time? So we could put them like in the little alcoves here, but that would look kind of cool. I was talking about like, you know, putting statues and stuff. That could be the middle. We could leave the middle. We could use the middle more for these initial statues, and we can always change these later. Right? I can remove some of these tables and chairs if we want to use these alcoves for statues or other things. I think I'll still have a big table set up in the middle on the right side, and then the left side is going to be my open dance floor for the tavern. That. There we go. Decent capacity. And then their zone. It's going to be a dining hall. Can I do, if this had like a flood fill option. I mean, technically we want to include Get more of the walls for value. Okay, that looks okay. Dining hall. And then I want to make a new one. That is... Right, meeting area, and then we make a tavern out of it. New inn/tavern. The muffins are ringing. I love it. Details. This is only for citizens. Good. And then we need a couple of chests. Okay, we're going to be wrapping up the stream in just a couple of minutes here. Again, we're not going until 4 p.m. today, Eastern. We're going to 3 because I'm going to go and visit my folks. But we got a big open area for a dance floor for the tavern. And yes, the overlap, it complains because I think they lose some of their quality, but the idea is make this room impressive enough that both the dining hall and the tavern will be considered maxed out. Oh, well, tavern's going to mess with really drunk people. Love it. And then, yeah, once the furniture comes in, we'll do... Ooh. My boy is going to claim a workshop. A craftsdwarf workshop. Okay. Probably get another earring. We'll see. This one here that's claimed. It's already got a bunch of crap over here. But that's from someone trying to make the bolts. Yeah, a child has claimed it. So yeah, I don't think they're going to be using these bones. That's not what they're going and gathering. We'll see what this artifact is, and then we'll wrap up the stream. Then I gots to go. What's the music playing in the background? This is the built-in Dwarf Fortress music. It's lovely. I think they're mostly... Well, they used to just use a bunch of... No, there didn't used to be any built-in music. And then we would use a... like an external tool, like kind of a mod, but really a utility that would play some music. I can't remember what it's called. SoundSense, I think. But now it does have built-in music. And it's lovely. It's also on Spotify. I mean, probably other services as well, but... Ooh, obsidian over here. All right, what have you collected? Oh, have you stopped? Uh-oh, okay. This person wants something else. Okay, I think some people have collected the bolts and the bones. Shining bars of metal. Oh, I don't think we have any metal bars. Yeah, forest, they want some wood. Square blocks, we have blocks. Shining metal bars, that's coming next. And then it loops around here. Okay, so we need to get... Oh, real quick. We need to get a smelter up and going. So we might not quite get this done then. We need a smelter. We do have like the coal available to process this. Yeah, Moody Dwarf can't find needed item. Incoming tantrum. I think we'll have it resolved before then. We'll get them some lead or silver or whatever, or, you know, just something. Quick like money. Who's this? This is Rager. Hey, Rager knows all about moods. I mean, I could directly add a task here because we can see what we've got. So, yeah, smelt some galena. I'm going to just put a basic repeat on this. We're going to set up some more complex work orders for our bars later on. But this is just, as long as there's galena ore, do it. And if ever they run out of galena ore, it'll cancel this job. I forgot I had my hat on until I just hit one of my impressive Viking horns. This is a really comfortable hat. Despite its size, it's really light. It's keeping my head warm, but not sweaty. It, like, breathes very nicely. Who dis? This is Piano Man, who is a gem setter, but is going to go and smelt some of this ore. There we go. Galena, coke, smelt. He who smelt it is going to dealt it. Good hat when you forget it's there. Yeah, exactly. I was never a hat person growing up. I mean, it started... The only time I wore hats ever was from these streams. Oh my god, I didn't realize one galena block exploded into so many freaking bars. That's crazy. And there we go, we're gathering items again. That's nuts. Yeah, I had no idea it grabbed this many. That's our kiddo over there. There's a tool to follow. There it is. Lambo boy! Need the symbol in the front. It's a water buffalo log hat from Flintstones. Yes. The lodge. Okay. No migrants. That's fine. I didn't need more migrants. We're okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Silver bars. So we're going to see the artifact when we wrap it up. We have accurate counts over here, which is nice. Drinks, food. Everything is comfy. Rock door. Oh, you're loaded the blocks. So people... Okay, we don't really have idlers. I'm hoping these blocks are being brought up to the surface. I'm not sure they have yet. I mean, it's clearly a block and bar storage. Wait a minute. Oh, that was the wrong thing. Okay. Gabbro blocks are definitely... There's not one of those weird things where I have to enable more than one category. No. Gabbro blocks should be brought up to the surface. But they're just filling this up. Maybe it's just that people are too busy. Yeah, that might just be it. Come on. I know you got a lot of material. It's taking you a while to build. I want to know what this is before I wrap it up. There we go. Another earring. Way up. Numerothosh, the Lonesome Distance. This is a willow earring, worth about 3,500 dwarf bucks. All craft dwarf ships of the highest quality is encrusted with cushion gabbro cabochons studded with silver and encircled with bands of willow. The object menaces with spikes of walnut wood. On the item is the image of Ubal Crutch Torch, the dwarfen willow. I think if this was one of our dwarves, it would have their nickname here, so this is probably like a king or legendary dwarf of some kind. Okay. I love Dwarf Fortress. I missed it so much. I'm so happy we're playing this again. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so good. Folks, we're going to wrap it up here. I'm sorry for that. I would love to go another hour, but yeah, I'm going to go meet my folks. Our next live stream, Monday is theoretically Kerbal Moon Days. Wednesday is World War Wednesdays, where Civ is going to happen, and next Saturday, more of this. It's possible on Monday I'll be like, yeah, I want to do something else than Kerbal, because I'm not sure what missions we've got lined up and things, but we will see. But yeah, next Saturday should be more Dwarf Fortress. Love it so much. Thank you, everyone who came out. In theory, A Kiss for Luck might be starting their stream early today because I'm ending early. That is indeed the case. What is she playing? What is that? Oh, some Palia. I really got to give Palia a try. Anyway, go and give A Kiss for Luck some love. And I will see you in a couple of days. Bye-bye, my dwarfs.